USA, people find themselves in court.
See. Hello?
I'm at MDLC.
MDLC. Okay, thank you. So you are Jamie?
Yes.
Jamie Kirksey. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
County should be popping.
Thought she can just.
Did you need to speak to
James?
James?
Absolutely.
All right. Did I make him co-host? Call-in number.
Messing with.
Thank you for joining us, Diana. Hopefully everybody should be jumping on soon.
I don't understand why I have to be at this court date. I don't even know what this court date is actually for, by the way.
It's regarding a motion on the conditional bond. So when
I
everybody,
don't know what that means though.
right, the judge will explain it. Because I know Emily, the probation officer, had reached out to you last week. So yeah, it'll be explained a little bit more whenever everybody gets on, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. I'm just gonna mute you till the case is called, okay?
Okay.
Thanks.
Heather,
Yes.
on Ivaneve, we're going to do a double parking 350 and dismiss the 2 citations.
Double park 350 and dismiss. Alrighty. Thank you so much. I'll go grab the files.
Okay.
Heather, there was no lock. She's gonna try and dial in now.
Okay, good. Mr. Zadopolsky?
Yes, ma'am.
Since these are civil infractions, you are good to go. Do you want, how many days? Do you want 14 days for your client to pay?
14 days is fine.
14 days. All right. I will have
Thank
a
you so much.
discode in a little bit. Thank you.
Everybody, thank you so much. Have a nice one. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Yep, you too. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Like what, 3, 4? Yeah, I had a blow machine last time like it from UI or something like that. I remember from being later last time. I went through there and did that part and put it back to the payment plan. I never really, I don't even know how, you know, there. Like how, like, I don't even know, like, I don't even know how to set up, you know, but I know, but I do got money, but I need to figure out how to, like, who am I paying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Good morning, Miss Elijah.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
I sure can.
So for the motion for Mr. Johnson, my understanding is the baby is now home.
Mhm.
And so it's a moot motion.
It's a moot motion. Okay, so we don't need to have it today?
I don't believe so. I see Miss Hansen's in the Zoom room. She's the complainant.
Correct.
So Mr. Johnson is at work right now.
All right,
So I don't think we need to hold the motion. No.
all right, so I'll let the judge know that we didn't need to have it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Ms. Hansen, you can sign off.
No, I have a question.
Okay.
I'm made to come here and now the court date's unnecessary because he's at work.
It's not
This
because he's
man-
at work. This had to do with because the child was in the hospital and it was a motion to change the bond so that he was able to go to the hospital. Now
Yeah,
that
but the problem is he assaulted me in the hospital. The problem is he is still contacting me through text and calling my phone, and it's a no contact order. I reached out and told him our son was sick. I invited him to come. He called his lawyer and asked to put in a motion. She advised him not to come. I said, Eric, if you want to come, as long as we keep it respectful. You couldn't keep it respectful. He could not make it about me, asking me who I'm sleeping with and this and that, calling me bitches, and it never ends. I will email the court screenshots of texts and missed calls. When is it enough? And he's still in the hospital calling my son a little nigga and this and that. Like, even when we're not sure if he has lupus, you do not talk to my son with the utmost respect. So the
Ms.
fact that
Hansen, the judge is going to come out and speak to you. So if you just want to hold on a minute, okay?
Okay. This is ridiculous.
Mr. Mansour, do you need to speak to the prosecutor?
Yes, please.
All right, I'll put you in.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Miss Elijah.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Do we have Mr. Johnson or not?
No, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson is at work. He's not able to get away from work. But
Okay.
my understanding is the baby is home from the hospital. And so my
Good.
motion to allow Mr. Johnson to visit the baby in the hospital is moot. Ms. Hansen is still here because she has complaints.
All right, Miss Hanson, do you have a camera you can activate?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so yeah, I reached out. Our son may still have cancer or lupus. We are out of the
Okay,
hospital.
hold on. I'm having trouble understanding you.
Oh my God.
Your audio is pretty garbled for me right now. I understood you reached out, and then after that, it got kind of messy.
So I reached out on Sunday saying, like, we're in the hospital. I didn't have to do that. My son still may have kidney problems and lupus. We don't know what the hell is going on. My problem is your lawyer advised you not to come. I said, Eric, you should listen to your lawyer. But if you do come, when you get here, it is nothing but respect or don't come. He comes, it's nothing about my child. Does he care about? It's who I'm sleeping with, calling me bitches, throwing shit at me. I can't tell you how many times I've had to grip up my son and take him to a nursing station. Still to this day, even last night and the day before that, he is texting me and calling me, and there's a no contact order. And it's not even about my child. I tried to be a good person. I try to meet in some way for our son, and it's never enough. I will never send out a text again. It doesn't just need to be mute. I need a PPO, which I'm going to have to go downtown and fill out. It doesn't matter how many times you get charged with domestic violence, he will never stop.
Of course.
Something needs to happen here. How long am I
Right.
supposed to go on without peace? And he's in the hospital still calling my child a little nigga and this and that and me bitches. And it's just, he's not okay. He needs an evaluation and he probably needs some medication. He's not a horrible person. He can just not control himself. And no one's listening enough. Jail is not the answer. He needs help.
Okay. Anything else?
No, and I'm sorry.
All right.
That was
So
a bit.
Ms. Tiroli doesn't work today. I'll ask her to contact you tomorrow, and we'll schedule a probation violation hearing where we'll deal with everything you just told me.
But I really don't want to come. I don't want to deal anymore.
Okay, well, you can't
I'm
have it
just
both
telling you
ways.
guys what happened. I don't want to come. I don't want to do this anymore.
Once again, you can't have it both ways. If you want to make allegations against him, you're going to have to be here to establish those allegations
You know what?
at a hearing.
I understand that. I don't want to come anymore. CPS is already involved and they're on my team. So I'm not going to keep losing sleep. I got off at 5 a.m. I'm demanded to come at court at 8:30 and he's not even here. So just
All right.
no worries.
Well, he didn't have to be here for what was scheduled today.
But I had to be.
Yeah, because you're not represented by an attorney. He is.
Okay.
That's just the way the system works. So
And,
I'll make a note in the file that you had some allegations of probation violations, but you refused to show up in court and deal with them.
And then if you guys want text messages and missed calls, I'll screenshot it and email, but I'm not showing up anymore.
Well, that's not the way it works, ma'am. That's not the way it works. Your emails can't
And the
testify
system
for
is
you.
broken. I have a newborn baby. I work till 5 a.m.
Okay.
I am constantly losing sleep and being pestered for a system that doesn't work for me. So I'm okay. I will not show. Put that down. Don't ask me to come anymore. Don't protect me. I don't care. Have a good day.
Okay. Well, I guess that sums it up, Miss Elijah.
Well, thank you, Judge. Sorry for bringing all the drama to your courtroom this morning, but have a good rest of your day.
Oh, it's just a Monday.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you, Heather.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Judge. How are you?
Better than I deserve.
Mohammed Nasser. I'm here on Antoinette Sitz, Judge, please.
Okay.
What?
Heather, are we ready on?
No.
Nasser?
What time is that at? I can't find it.
It's actually, I believe it's at 9 o'clock. I'm a little bit early, unless I'm wrong. It's at 8:30.
What is the name?
Sitz is the last name. SITTS.
Is this an arraignment?
It could be, yes.
SITTS?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't have anything yet, so I'm thinking this might be for an arraignment.
Okay.
Because I don't show her in our system at all. Crystal, are you ready on anything?
Yep, I am ready on Miss Kirksey, and I also needed to speak to Miss Bosket. I had her like in a separate breakout room, so I need to speak to her again after we're done.
Okay.
And I'll log out. I was here on Miss Kirksey, so if Crystal's already met with her, that's why I appeared.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, Josh. I appreciate it. Sorry, I didn't see that. I'm sorry.
No, works for me. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you. Take care. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Miss Yoder, while we're waiting, did you need to speak to MIDC this morning? Did you want to speak to an attorney?
Yes, please.
All right, I'll put you in the waiting room. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. And I'm sorry, I tried to move Miss Bosket back, but I can't from the main session.
All right, that's fine.
Madam Clerk,
Yes, Mr. Nasser.
I'm looking at the notice that Miss Sitz got. It lists on there remote APT. I don't even know what APT is.
Do you arraignment pretrial? Do you have a case number? Because I don't see her in our system. Oh, I found her. Antoinette Sitz. It's
Yes,
spelled
please.
different. All right. Did you need to speak to the prosecutor?
Yes, please.
All right.
Heather, what's the name?
Stitz, S-T-I-T-T-S. That one's not ready though, Judge.
All right, give me the name again.
Stitz, S-T-I-T-T-S.
And that's Mr. Nasser's
Nasser.
client?
Yeah.
Okay, just getting the file ready.
All right. Thank you.
If you had that key out, I would let you alone, you know.
Brenda, did you already speak to the prosecutor?
I did. We worked it out. He said I may not even need to go on the record.
What's your client's name, Mr. Balsky?
Tulant Joka, G-J-O-K-A.
It's in the pre-hearings, Judge. It's just it's in the envelope in the front. Yep. What'd you guys come up with?
He was going to admit responsibility to a double parking with a $300 fine.
And then dismiss the CCW?
Correct.
What about the speeding?
Reduced to double park to 300.
Yes.
Oh, okay. 300 on double parking, both A and B dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great day. And he has 2 weeks to pay.
Sure.
All right. Thank you, Judge. Everybody have a good day.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, we are ready on Miss Kirksey.
I'm sorry, what's the name again?
Kirksey, Jamie Kirksey, Kirksey.
All right, your appearance.
Crystal Marie Medina, Your Honor, on behalf of Miss Kirksey. Miss Kirksey, would you please state your full name for the record, ma'am?
Jamie Leona Kirksey.
Your Honor, Miss Kirksey is prepared to plead guilty as charged to a count of larceny.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something just went kaplooey out here.
Uh-oh. I'll be right out there, Judge.
All right, I'm sorry, counsel, what's Miss Kirksey gonna do?
She is prepared to plead guilty as charged, Your Honor, to a count of larceny. She was technically 19 years old at the time of the offense. She did inquire regarding the HIDA option. However, in speaking with Ms. Manarino, just for the record, they are not recommending or consenting to HIDA. Technically not required at that age, Your Honor, but she does not agree to Haida in this case. We are leaving it in the court's, I guess, discretion, and we would be asking for credit time served, which the people do not.
I didn't put myself there. All right, hold on. We're trying to get our Zoom back working.
No problem, Your Honor.
Let me pull you out from the
Okay.
other room.
Okay. All right, so you're asking for time served. Where's she at?
So right now she is, well, she's at the MDOC, Your Honor. My understanding is she has 4 months left on a 24-month sentence. She has 2 small children. She was actually pregnant when she was initially incarcerated. So she's gonna have to get out and handle all of that, Your Honor, and get all of her ducks in a row once she's released. There is an amount of restitution. It's $570, which she is agreeing to pay, Your Honor. We would just ask, of course, that the court put that out in terms of her having to make that payment, because like I said, she does still have 4 months left on her sentence. Ms. Manarino does not object to credit time served, but is not recommending Haida in this case. We are, however, asking the court to.
What she got on her priors?
Your Honor, I haven't had any, I don't have a lien or anything that I can confirm, but Ms. Kirksey was concerned about the misdemeanor, and I'm assuming for future expungement purposes, I'm not having an additional misdemeanor, Your Honor.
All right, and I apologize, but I'm got too many things going on. I missed all of that after you didn't have a lien.
Oh, no, Your Honor, so I do not have a lien. What I do know is that she's serving this for larceny in a motor vehicle, and I'm assuming her concern with the misdemeanor conviction, although she's technically serving time for a felony, would be A, she may have hide on that as well, but B, for future expungement also. So
right.
Just trying to keep it as clean as possible, Your Honor, and she hopes to do better in the future.
Okay. Ms. Kirksey, other than the charge that you're currently serving a sentence on, what else do you have on your criminal history?
Just probation. Probation under Haida with Romulus. No, not with Romulus, but with Redford.
Okay, what's
And
the
that
charge
was
there?
that's it's just restitution. They gave me time served restitution, which is 700.
No. If you're on probation, it's because there's a criminal charge. What is the nature of the charge?
Larceny.
All right, so a larceny in Redford, larceny you're currently doing time on, and a larceny here, correct?
Yes.
Anything else?
No.
I'm not doing Haida, counsel. More than happy to do the sentencing.
Thank you, Your Honor. Understood. I thought we would ask, but of course that is up to the court.
Never hurts to ask.
And my client is aware. Ma'am, you still want to proceed with the plea, knowing that you will not be.
Yes, that's fine.
All right, Ms. Kirksey, you've discussed your rights and options with Ms. Medina, correct?
Yes.
You understand those rights and options?
Yes.
And you understand the possible penalty for today's charge?
Yes.
And understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to the charge of larceny from an incident date of April 10, 2022 in Van Buren Township?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Medina, would you like to give me the facts I need?
Your Honor, I honestly do not have them in front of me. I would need the court. We don't have files.
All right, Ms. Kirksey, did you try to take some stuff on that day that didn't belong to you?
Yes.
And what was the stuff?
Maybe it was like a game system.
All right, was this from a store?
No.
Where was it from?
I'm a person.
Okay, all right, I just found some paperwork. Looks like you took a backpack that had a PlayStation and some other stuff in it.
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Medina, are you satisfied with the plea?
And thank you.
All right, so if I understand correctly, Ms. Kirksey's been in for approximately 20 months at this point.
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, and what was that restitution amount, please?
$570, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Kirksey, anything else you want to add before I sentence you?
No. Can I have a copy of the restitution sent here?
Ms. Medina can probably facilitate that. She'll have to get something from the prosecutor, I think.
I will do my best, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
But try your best to also note just 570, okay?
Okay.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Sentence of the court is 93 days in jail, credit for 93 days already served. I'm ordering the restitution pursuant to the agreement with the prosecutor's office of $570. And I've made a note in the file that you're still in custody for approximately 4 months, so we won't expect to see anything money-wise until after that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Kirksey, any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Judge, we're ready on Flam. It's P. You have a request to go into a waiting room. You need to go into that waiting room. And Crystal, you're ready on Basket?
Yep, thank you so much, Heather. I appreciate it.
Ms. Medina, your appearance for Basket.
Crystal Marie Medina, Your Honor, on behalf of Ms. Basket. Your Honor, my understanding is that Ms. Basket is prepared to plead guilty as charged to possession of narcotics, paraphernalia, and we're in a pretty similar situation, Your Honor, in that Ms. Basket has been incarcerated for approximately 3 months for a bond violation. She's expected to begin treatment on Wednesday, Your Honor. She has.
Good, where at?
Ma'am, if you can advise the judge where you're going to begin your treatment.
Clairview in Richmond, Michigan.
Good luck to you.
And she has been, Your Honor, taking substantial steps. I believe she has 7 months completely clean. She does have a 1-year-old child that she's hoping to regain custody of, Your Honor, and she will be on 3 years of probation upon release for that Washtenaw County case. So I would ask that the court consider credit time served in this case, and my understanding is that Ms. Manarino has no objection to that, Your Honor.
Yeah, did you say she's been in for 3 months?
3 months, Your Honor. She told me approximately 3 months.
Okay, all right. Ms. Basket, you understand your rights and options after discussing those with Ms. Medina?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand the possible penalty for this charge?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty to the charge freely and voluntarily today?
Yes, Your Honor.
March 17, 23, were you in Van Buren Township?
Yes, I was.
You came in contact with Van Buren PD?
Yes, I did.
And what did you have in your possession that you should not have had?
I had a needle.
Ms. Medina, you satisfied?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
I'm assuming, Ms. Basket, that you're not a diabetic.
No, sir.
All right, no legitimate reason for you to have the syringe.
I was on heroin. I'm on Suboxone now.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You were on
I was.
heroin, not now.
Right.
Yeah, let's celebrate that 1 year sobriety.
That's
all right,
awesome.
I will accept your plea. I'm going to sentence you to 93 days in jail, give you credit for the 93 days you've already sent, and wish you luck with your treatment.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And I'm sorry, Heather, I don't know why Miss Jessica Watts is out of the room. If you could put her back.
Heather, I'm ready on Miss Burden.
All righty.
Your appearance on Yoder.
Crystal Marie Medina, Your Honor, on behalf of Miss Yoder. Miss Yoder is appearing from the Wayne County Jail. Can you please state your full name for the record, ma'am?
Jessica Renee Yoder.
Your Honor, Miss Yoder is prepared to plead guilty as charged to retail fraud. My understanding is that there's a recommendation for fingerprints to be taken. There is no restitution, Your Honor. And similarly, in this case, we would be asking for credit time served. My understanding is that Miss Yoder has been incarcerated since December of 2023 on a larceny retail fraud type case, Your Honor. She's expected to be released tomorrow for treatment at Sacred Heart.
Oh, good luck at Sacred Heart.
Thank you.
All All right, so I've got a January 6, 2021 retail fraud. You understand the possible penalty for that charge?
I do.
And you've discussed with Ms. Medina your rights and the options those rights give you?
I have, Your Honor.
Understanding all of that, you're pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to the charge, is that correct?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, did you try to take some stuff from a store in Van Buren Township without paying for it on that date?
I did.
Myers, Walmart, which store?
Walmart.
All right. And how long has she been in this, Medina?
Your Honor, since December of 2023.
Yeah. All right, 93 days in jail, 93 days credit. I'll close that file out. Ms. Yoder, we have a bunch of other files here. 3 civil infractions and a drove while license suspended charge. It looks like you owe us over $2,000 on those. At one point, we had you set up to do some community service. I'm assuming when you got incarcerated, that kind of threw all that out the window.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me what's going on. Tell me what's planned for Sacred Heart.
I leave for Sacred Heart tomorrow. I believe I'm doing 90 days.
Okay.
And then after that, I'm in 14B recovery court.
14B, I'm sorry?
Yep, 14B recovery court.
Okay. And I've got an address on McKean. Is that a good address for you?
No, it is not.
Let's have your new one.
It's 8691 Spinnaker Way, apartment B2, Ypsilanti, Michigan, 48197.
All right, what was the apartment number?
B2.
All right, so you got 30 days or 90 days at Sacred Heart, and then where are you going for aftercare?
I'll be going home, but I'll be doing my probation and everything through 14 recovery court.
Yeah, yeah. So Heather, can we give her a date that's like 4 months down the road? All right, so what I want to do is I want all these files that you owe us money on, I want to set it up for a review. So after you get Sacred Heart behind you, after you've got a little idea what your program is going to be at 14B, I want you to come in and just have a conversation with me.
Okay, no problem.
All right, and don't be afraid to come see me because I'm not going to say, all right, did you bring $2,000?
No problem.
All right, I just want to know, I want to see what's going on with your life so we can figure out a way to how we can close these files out.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
All right.
Let's do
and then
August.
Nothing else,
sorry.
you can brag about how well Sacred Heart went too.
Thank you.
We can do August 8th at 1 p.m. That's our probation docket. It's just easier.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yep.
You said August 8th at 1?
Correct. Yep. That's a Thursday afternoon.
Thank you.
Yep.
1 o'clock or 1:30, Heather?
We can do 1 o'clock because that would be the times that she does her show
That's
causes
fine.
and stuff.
That's fine.
All right. Thank you.
All right, and we'll send a notice to that Spinnaker address.
Thank you.
All right, good luck with Sacred Heart.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Thank
Did you
Your
say you're
Honor.
ready on Owens, Miss Medina?
Yes, Your Honor, but I don't.
Thank you for joining us, Diana. Hopefully everybody should be jumping on soon.
I don't understand why I have to be at this court date. I don't even know what this court date is actually for, by the way.
It's regarding a motion on the conditional bond. So when everybody,
I don't know what that means though.
right, the judge will explain it. Because I know Emily, the probation officer, had reached out to you last week. So yeah, it'll be explained a little bit more whenever everybody gets on, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. I'm just gonna mute you till the case is called, okay?
Okay.
Thanks.
Heather?
Yes. Good morning, Miss Elijah.
Good morning. Can you hear me okay?
I sure can.
So for the motion for Mr. Johnson, my understanding is the baby is now home.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a moot motion.
It's a moot motion. Okay, so we don't need to have it today?
I don't believe so. I see Miss Hansen's in the Zoom room. She's the complainant.
Correct.
So Mr. Johnson is at work right now.
All right.
So I don't think we need to hold the motion. No.
All right. So I'll let the judge know that we didn't need to have it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Ms. Hansen, you can sign off.
No, I have a question.
Okay.
I'm made to come here, and now the court date's unnecessary because he's at work.
It's not
This
because he's
man-
at work. This had to do with because the child was in the hospital, and it was a motion to change the bond so that he was able to go to the hospital. Now
Yeah, but the problem is he assaulted me in the hospital. The problem is he is still contacting me through text and calling my phone, and it's a no contact order. I reached out and told him our son was sick. I invited him to come. He called his lawyer and asked to put in a motion. She advised him not to come. I said, Eric, if you want to come, as long as we keep it respectful. You couldn't keep it respectful. He could not make it about me, asking me who I'm sleeping with and this and that, calling me bitches, and it never ends. I will email the court screenshots of texts and missed calls. When is it enough? And he's still in the hospital calling my son a little nigga and this and that. Like, even when we're not sure if he has lupus, you do not talk to my son with the utmost respect. So the
Ms.
fact
Hansen,
that
the judge is going to come out and speak to you. So if you just want to hold on a minute, okay?
Okay. This is ridiculous.
Mr. Mansour, do you need to speak to the prosecutor?
Yes, please.
All right, I'll put you in.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Miss Elijah.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Do we have Mr. Johnson or not?
No, Your Honor. Mr. Johnson is at work. He's not able to get away from work. But
Okay.
my understanding is the baby is home from the hospital. And so my
Good.
motion to allow Mr. Johnson to visit the baby in the hospital is moot. Ms. Hansen is still here because she has complaints.
All right, Miss Hanson, do you have a camera you can activate?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so yeah, I reached out. Our son may still have cancer or lupus. We are out of the
Okay,
hospital.
hold on. I'm having trouble understanding you.
Oh my God.
Your audio is pretty garbled for me right now. I understood you reached out, and then after that, it got kind of messy.
So I reached out on Sunday saying, like, we're in the hospital. I didn't have to do that. My son still may have kidney problems and lupus. We don't know what the hell is going on. My problem is your lawyer advised you not to come. I said, Eric, you should listen to your lawyer. But if you do come, when you get here, it is nothing but respect or don't come. He comes, it's nothing about my child. Does he care about? It's who I'm sleeping with, calling me bitches, throwing shit at me. I can't tell you how many times I've had to grip up my son and take him to a nursing station. Still to this day, even last night and the day before that, he is texting me and calling me, and there's a no contact order. And it's not even about my child. I tried to be a good person. I try to meet in some way for our son, and it's never enough. I will never send out a text again. It doesn't just need to be mute. I need a PPO, which I'm going to have to go downtown and fill out. It doesn't matter how many times you get charged with domestic violence, he will never stop.
Of course.
Something needs to happen here. How long am I supposed to go on without peace? And he's in the hospital still calling my child a little nigga and this and that and me bitches, and it's just, he's not okay. He needs an evaluation and he probably needs some medication. He's not a horrible person. He can just not control himself. And no one's listening enough. Jail is not the answer. He needs help.
Okay. Anything else?
No, and I'm sorry.
All right.
That was
So
a bit
Ms. Tiroli doesn't work today. I'll ask her to contact you tomorrow and we'll schedule a probation violation hearing where we'll deal with everything you just told me.
But I really don't want to come. I don't want to deal anymore.
Okay, well, you can't have
I'm
it
just
both
telling
ways.
you guys what happened. I don't want to come. I don't want to do this anymore.
Once again, you can't have it both ways. If you want to make allegations against him, you're going to have to be here to establish those allegations
You know what?
at a hearing.
I understand that. I don't want to come anymore. CPS is already involved and they're on my team. So I'm not going to keep losing sleep. I got off at 5 a.m. I'm demanded to come at court at 8:30 and he's not even here. So just
All right. Then,
no worries.
Well, he didn't have to be here for what was scheduled today.
But I had to be.
Yeah, because you're not represented by an attorney. He is.
Okay.
That's just the way the system works. So
And,
I'll make a note in the file that you had some allegations of probation violations, but you refused to show up in court and deal with them.
And then if you guys want text messages and missed calls, I'll screenshot it and email, but I'm not showing up anymore.
Well, that's not the way it works, ma'am. That's not the way it works. Your emails can't
And the
testify
system
for
is
you.
broken. I have a newborn baby. I work till 5 a.m.
Okay.
I am constantly losing sleep and being pestered for a system that doesn't work for me. So I'm okay. I will not show. Put that down. Don't ask me to come anymore. Don't protect me. I don't care. Have a good day.
Okay. Well, I guess that sums it up, Miss Elijah.
Well, thank you, Judge. Sorry for bringing all the drama to your courtroom this morning, but have a good rest of your day.
Oh, it's just a Monday.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you, Heather.
You're welcome. Sewer has been here for a little bit. We're ready on Finn.
Finn?
Counsel, your appearance.
Victor Mansour on behalf and with Mr. Finn. I do see him on the Zoom. We do consent to Zoom at this time.
Yes.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning.
Counsel, what do we have?
We have a resolution. I had the opportunity to speak with Mr. Mena. Mr. Finn will be accepting a 771 90-day delayed sentence on the charge.
All right, Mr. Finn, I've been having a chuckle out of the juxtaposition of you and the mirror behind you on Zoom this morning.
Sorry.
It looks like you're framed.
Yeah, if I do this, it's worse, right? Sorry.
Yeah, it's perfect right there. It's perfect. All right, so counsel, what's the deal?
771 on the original charge. 90 days. At the end of the 90 days, Mr. Finn will be able to request his weapon back from the airport authority.
All right, is the weapon something that's sharp or something that goes bang?
Bang.
All right. Mr. Finn, you understand your rights and options after discussing those with counsel?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand the possible penalty for the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily today, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Finn, on April 9, 2024, did you find yourself at a Detroit Metro Airport checkpoint?
Yes, Your Honor.
And at that date and time, did you have a firearm in your possession that you were not authorized to have at that date and time?
Unfortunately, yes.
All right. Are you attorney type satisfied with the factual basis for the plea, Mr. Mansour?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. It looks like we lost the prosecutor, so we'll just assume he's okay with that. What should I know about Mr. Finn before I set the terms of sentence, Mr. Mansour?
He is a CPL holder. He definitely he knows. Fortunately, very fortunately, this is a very isolated incident, and he has been very cautiously taken it seriously. The last thing is he's a TSA pre-check, and it's impacted his pre-check already. He does travel quite a bit for work, so it's up for renewal in September. 90 days from now should allow this to be closed out before that renewal.
Did he get the letter from TSA about the civil sanctions they're asking for?
There's
I
an
haven't-
investigation, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I haven't received anything yet.
All right, well, hang on to your socks because you might. The largest number I saw was $6,000, or they'll put you on the no-fly zone or no-fly list. So
Okay.
maybe you'll dodge that bullet. Keep your fingers crossed.
Definitely.
Now, Mr. Finn, anything else before I sentence, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll delay sentence for 3 months in keeping with the agreement with the prosecutor's office. You've already discussed the weapon return. Court costs assessed the amount of $500. That money needs to be paid, or we need to have a plan in place to get it paid within 5 days. I see you're in Bruce Township, so you probably won't drive to the court. So you can take care of either one of those options online. Understood?
Oh, yes.
You said within 5 days, so by Friday, Your Honor?
Yeah, we either need to have a plan in place or money in hand. So if you go online the next day or two and set that up, we're in good shape.
Thank you very much, Judge.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Enjoy
Have a
your
great
day.
day. Bye-bye now.
Heather?
I have three.
Go ahead, Mr. Mena.
We have the Graddles, Gradl, Susan and Ronald. They're scheduled for 9:30. Your Honor, I've had the opportunity to speak with both of them. They're going to do a 771 for a period of 3 months.
Okay. Folks, are you going forward today without benefit of a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
You understand the rights that you have today?
Yes.
You understand the options presented by those rights?
Yes.
Sir?
Yes. Yes.
I can see the head nod, but it doesn't record very well.
Okay.
All right. And all right, so you understand the possible penalty, you understand your rights and options. Are you both understanding all that? Are you both pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? Sir?
Yes.
Yes.
Well,
Okay. So let's see, breach of security.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So I'm just trying to make it easy. Both of you were at the airport, Detroit Metro Airport on April 14th, 2024, correct?
yes.
All right. And did you both end up going somewhere in the airport that you were some restricted area that you should not have gone into?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Mena, you satisfied?
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
All right. I'm assuming this is just another one of those stressful situations where they just no real intent. They just went the wrong way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Mena's giving me that little smirky. Yeah, that happened. Yeah. All right. What should I know about you folks before I set the terms of sentence? I'm assuming you each have a long criminal history. You've probably been robbing banks and party stores together for decades.
I am 60 years old and I never even had a speeding ticket. And I am so sorry.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, don't apologize, ma'am. If people didn't do silly things at the airport, I wouldn't have as much work as I do.
Yeah.
Well, I am so sorry.
Yeah. We're both sorry. Never happen again.
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. And what was that delayed sentence period, Mr. Mena? Was it 3 months?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Folks, I'm assuming you can both stay out of trouble for another 3 months.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no problem.
Absolutely, Your Honor.
All right. That's what this means. You stay out of trouble for 3 months. I'm going to assess fines and costs on each file $145. That's about the minimum I can do without doing nothing.
Good, thank you.
Absolutely fine. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Folks, where are you at?
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's, yeah. So, up to you. I can let you do this online, which means you use a credit card or debit card, and that means a third-party vendor is going to get you with some fees, or I'll give you some time. You can send us a check or money order. What do you want to do?
I will do a check and a money order. Check.
All right, so I'll give you 2 weeks.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Plenty of time.
Yes. And what is the address?
11129 South Wayne Road, Romulus, Michigan, ROMULUS 48174.
48174. Okay, 111.
And that's 34. That's the 34th District Court. What I'm going to ask you to do is put both your case numbers on a little note or on the memo portion of the check. Do you have those case numbers? It should be on your court notices.
Yes, we do.
Okay, any questions?
Okay, and how much is the fine now? 100 and
145 times 2.
290. Okay,
Have a great day, folks.
all right, thank you, Your Honor.
Heather, somebody keeps throwing me out of.
Did somebody pull you out again?
Yeah.
What the heck? Okay, there should be something that says join.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
So obviously, whoever we're making co-host can't be trusted with that awesome authority.
I'm thinking that too.
I think it's Angela.
All right, Miss Moore, good morning. You're muted.
Can you hear me now?
I can, but I lost your video. There you go. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so you have waived your right to speak to a court-appointed attorney, correct?
Correct.
All right, but you have talked to Mr. Mena?
Correct.
Mr. Mena, what'd you work out?
Your Honor, we're going to do the same plea here, 771 for 3 months. This is a disorderly intoxication.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Moore, do you understand your rights and the options your rights and the options those rights present to you?
Yes, sir.
You understand the possible penalty for this charge?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes. Yes, sir.
All right, Heather,
Yes, Judge.
is it just me or does she look like our favorite civil attorney's little sister?
Oh, Ian Morton?
No, Ian Morton.
Who's our favorite civil attorney?
Terry.
Oh, yes, yes. Now that you say that.
I think it's probably the glasses.
I think so too.
Yeah. I really like her, Miss Moore, so it's okay.
Okay.
Tell me what happened on April 5th, 2024 at Metro Airport.
I drank too much at the airport. I was flying into Cleveland for my uncle's funeral. And I ended up not even making it to Ohio. After the police officer dropped me off back at the airport, I want to say it was like around 11 at night. I got an Uber to a hotel, stayed the night, and I flew back to South Carolina at like 2 the next day. So I was very emotional and I was drinking at the airport, and I will never, ever do that again.
Yeah.
So
did you miss the funeral?
I did. Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah. It's so I'm dealing with that with my parents. So they weren't very happy about this either.
Oh, I bet. And then you feel really, really guilty because you missed your uncle's funeral.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that stinks. All right, well, I'll make it a little bit better. I'm going to hit you with the minimum, $145.
Thank you. Thank you.
You want to do it online? You want to send us some paper money? How do you want to do it?
I will, if you can give me like a 2-week, I can mail you a money order or a check, and I have the address. It's at the top of my ticket. So.
All right. All right. Any questions?
No, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. You can stay out of trouble for another 3 months.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good luck with your parents.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's Walagora, W-A-L.
Yep. Council appearance.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jan Rubinson, we have Mr. Walagora sitting right.
What do we have?
Your Honor, we have agreed to make a deal with the city attorney or the prosecutor, Mr. Mena. My client's been offered a delayed sentence pursuant to 771.1 for 3 months, and then the case will be dismissed. Mr. Walagora understands his rights. He does wish to avail himself of that offer. He's prepared to enter a guilty plea to this charge at this time.
Thank you. Mr. Walagora, did you discuss your rights and options with counsel? Hello?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, yes.
Did you understand those rights and the options they give you?
Yes, sir.
You understand the possible penalty for the charge?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty today freely and voluntarily, sir?
Yes.
Did you find yourself at a checkpoint at Detroit Metro Airport on April 18, 2024?
I did, sir.
And at that date and time, did you have a firearm that you were not authorized to have at that date and location, or that time and location?
Yes, I unknowingly had it in my bag. Yes.
Counsel, you satisfied?
I am, Your Honor.
And have you gentlemen discussed the options for return of the weapon?
Yes, Your Honor. We've discussed that with Mr. Mena.
All right. Counsel, what else should I know before I set the terms of sentence?
Well, Your Honor, my client is 52 years old. He has no criminal history whatsoever. He's gainfully employed. He's a business owner. He owns a State Farm insurance agency. As Mr. Walagora said, he is a CPL holder. He inadvertently brought the wrong bag with him to the airport. He acknowledges responsibility. He knows that he shouldn't have had the weapon with him. It was not intentional in this situation, but that's not a justification. Your Honor, he is a good individual, a very good man. He works with his son in one of the businesses as a mini truck dealer. I would ask the court to give my client any concession available. Other than that, he stands before you or sits before you ready for sentence.
Thank you. Thank you. Mr. Walagora, anything you want to add? Don't feel that you have to. I just want to give you the option.
You want to say anything? Yeah, I do. I've been a gun owner all my life. I know the responsibility, and it was my mistake. I mistakenly brought it with me. I had it in the wrong bag, so I do take responsibility. But I do want you to know that I'm sorry for that. Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, I will delay sentence in keeping with the agreement with the prosecutor's office for 3 months. That means stay out of trouble for that 3 months. Court costs are assessed the amount of $500. You can set up a payment plan if you need to, or make arrangements to pay. Probably not worth a drive from Rochester. So go on our website and start that conversation. Either get a due date set up or a payment plan. Understood?
Understood. Thank you.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. Heather?
Mr.
Oh, there we go. Janae, okay. Go ahead.
Thank you. Ms. Page is going to be pleading as charged under 771, 3 months.
Ms. Page, did you discuss your rights and the options given to you by those rights with Mr. Boria?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand the possible penalty for the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily today?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Were you at Metro Airport on March 26, 24, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor.
And at that point in time, did you have some weapon that you should not have had there?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what was that weapon, ma'am?
It was an unloaded firearm that I totally forgot about.
All right. I'll accept your plea.
Thank you.
Counsel, what should I know about the situation? You're welcome, ma'am.
Thanks. As she stated, the weapon was unloaded. It was in her bag. She forgot about it. There was no ammunition anywhere else whatsoever. She does have a license out of the state of Ohio to carry concealed. She was traveling. So she lives in Ohio. She was traveling to Washington State, where she works at a hospital. She cleans medical instruments for surgeries, things of that nature. No prior record. So it was totally,
Understood. Understood. All right, Ms. Page, anything you want to add? Don't feel that you have to. I just want to give you the option.
Not just to say that I'm sorry that the whole situation happened.
Okay. Okay. I'll delay sentence for 3 months. During that time period, you stay out of trouble. Your court costs are assessed the amount of $500. Have you heard me explain what the payment options are? If you want to drive to Romulus from Toledo, you can. If not, you can do it on our website. You understand your options?
Yes. Thank you.
Any questions?
No.
Have a nice day. Counsel,
Thank
what's your other one?
the other one is first name is Raj, last name is Sidhu, Sidhu.
Go ahead with your parents.
Thank you. Again, I'm Aaron Boria for the record. Similar to the last case, he's going to be pleading guilty as charged under a delay of sentence 3 months.
Okay. Mr. Sadoo, you discussed your rights and options, understanding all those?
Yes, sir.
You understand the possible penalty for the charge?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily today, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, how about you? March 17, 24, were you at a checkpoint at Detroit Metro Airport?
Yes, sir.
And did you have something there that you should not have had?
Your Honor, this was, I think, a disorderly.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a disorder.
Okay.
I'm here now, Your Honor.
okay. All right, so why don't you voir dire for me, Mr. Boria? Give me the facts I need.
Sure. At that date, time, and location, did you get intoxicated?
Yes.
And in doing so, did you cause a little bit of a scene that probably disrupted the flow of the business there at the airport?
Unfortunately, yes, I did.
Okay, and you were ultimately taken into custody, correct?
That is correct.
Thank you.
Mr. Mena, Mr. Boria, are you satisfied?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
So am I. I'll accept the plea. What should I know about Mr. Sadoo before I set the terms of sentence?
So this was a layover. He was headed to work. He actually also happens to work in Washington area. It was St. Patrick's Day, had a little too much. Other than that, he works. He's a board member of the American Heart Association. He is stressed to me through many emails that he is embarrassed, ashamed, and quite scared for today. So I think he's been scared straight. I don't think this will happen again. I think it was St. Patrick's Day and he enjoyed it a little too much.
Yeah, we're all Irish on St. Patrick's Day, right? Mr. Sadoo, is there anything you want to add to that?
No, just that I'm sincerely very apologetic.
Yeah, I bet mortified would fit.
I'm sorry.
All right,
say
I'll
that
delay
again.
sentence for 3 months. During that time period, stay out of trouble. You can stay out of trouble for 3 months more.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
All right. Court costs are assessed the amount of $400. Can you take care of that online?
Yes, sir. Will do.
All right. Any questions?
No, thank you.
All right. Mr. Boria, good to see you.
You too. Have a great day. Have a great week, everyone.
He's going to plead guilty to disorderly person.
Mr. Gatlin, camera and microphone, please.
Yes, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I understand you have waived your right to speak to a court-appointed attorney. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And what did you come up with, counsel?
Your Honor, he's going to plead guilty to disorderly.
Thank you. Sir, do you understand your rights and options?
Yes, sir, I do.
And you understand the possible penalty for disorderly person?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty today freely and voluntarily to that charge?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. Were you at Metro Airport on April 18, 2024?
Yes, sir, I was.
All right. And at that time, did you get a little bit unruly and prevent the orderly flow of passenger traffic?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Mena, you satisfied?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
Sorry. And Mr. Gatlin, are you working?
Yes, sir, I am.
Who you work for?
I work for Atlas Scaffolding.
How long you been with the company?
I've been with this company 1 year. I have been a local 330 union carpenter the past 13 years.
Good. All right. Anything you want me to consider before I set the terms of your sentence, sir?
I understood it was a fine, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
I said I was told that this was a fine.
Well, I could put you in jail. I'm not going to, but that's a possible penalty. So yeah, before I set your fines and costs, is there anything you want me to understand or know about you?
Yes, sir. I was traveling to the International Carpenters Training Facility in Las Vegas, Nevada. I was at Metro for a layover. I got into a misunderstanding with the flight attendant. I felt that what was said to me was disrespectful, and I responded poorly, for which I am regretful.
All right. Anything else?
No, sir.
All right. All right, Mr. Gatlin, fines and costs on your file total $500. You can go to our website and make a payment plan, or just make arrangements to send us money in full if that's what you want to do. 34th District Court. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir, I do not.
Thank you. Mr. Mena, who's next?
Ernest Colling, Your Honor, 940 CO.
Mr. Mena, next.
Robert Moore, 10 a.m., Your Honor.
Morning, Mr. Moore.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Moore, you have waived your right to speak to a court-appointed attorney today. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And you understand your rights and the options presented to you today by those rights?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mena, what are we doing on this one?
Mr. Moore is going to plead guilty to breach of security pursuant to 771 for a period of 3 months, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Moore, you understand the possible penalty for the charge?
Yes, sir. And the seriousness of it, too.
Pardon me?
And the seriousness of it, too, sir, Your Honor.
Okay. And are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily today, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm pleading guilty, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So April 20th, 2024, you were at Metro Airport, correct?
Yes, correct.
And if I'm reading the appearance ticket correctly, it looks like you went into a secured area when you were unauthorized to do that. Does that sum it up?
No, Your Honor, I did not go into the secure area. I opened up a door to the tunnel, and that's what had happened while looking for a flight attendant.
Okay.
I didn't enter the tunnel. We were looking all around for him, Your Honor. Well, him or her, but it was a gentleman who ended up coming out. But that was it. We were trying to find them, and I had pushed on the bar a couple of times in the tunnel, and it opened up. And then I did not step in. I just said, "Hello, Delta," and I know I'm totally wrong. I was anxiety. I got so lost in this airport. I don't fly.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm not a good traveler either. It can be very stressful. So I understand. All right. I'll accept your plea. Anything else you want me to know about your situation, sir?
No, Your Honor. I just really apologize to Metro Airport, the officer, and everything. I've tried to cooperate the best that I can, and I thank you for your considerations, Your Honor.
All right. I'll delay sentence for 3 months. Stay out of trouble. No new criminal offenses. Court costs are set the amount of $300.
It will be paid
today.
To
drive from Macomb Township. I'm sorry?
I will be paid today.
Okay, you can do that at our website. Thank you, sir.
Anything else I need to do, sir, or Your Honor?
You're all set. Enjoy your day.
Thank you for being understanding.
Nope. Cut him off while he was trying to be nice to me. Mr. Mena, what do you got? I didn't catch the name. I'm sorry.
Jamie Taylor.
Taylor.
Taylor, thank you. Go ahead.
Crystal Marie Medina, Your Honor, on behalf of Ms. Taylor. Ms. Taylor, would you please state your full name for the record?
Jamie Taylor.
Your Honor, with regard to the arraignment, we would waive formal reading and stand mute. Ms. Taylor is prepared to plead guilty. Your Honor, to read so far, the recommendation is that it be taken under HIDA for a period of 6 months, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Taylor, did you discuss your rights and options with Ms. Medina?
Yes, I did.
You understand those rights and the options they give you?
Yes.
And you understand the possible penalty for this charge today?
Yes.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Did you try to take some merchandise from a store in Van Buren Township on March 15, 2024?
Yes, Your Honor.
What store?
Walmart.
What merchandise?
It was clothes.
All right. What should I know about Ms. Taylor before I sentence?
Your Honor, my understanding is that Ms. Taylor understands that she's to abide by any of the court's orders. She understands that she's to have no issues. She was immediately willing to accept responsibility for her actions on that day, Your Honor, and I am hopeful that you won't see her again.
Thank you. Ms. Taylor, are you working?
Yes, I work at McDonald's.
Anything else you want me to consider before I sentence you?
No, Your Honor.
No restitution claim from the store?
Your Honor, I didn't see a note for restitution, and Ms. Taylor indicates that they recovered anything.
That's correct, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Manorino.
Your Honor, the court should also have in the file an order for fingerprints. She wasn't fingerprinted at the time of the incident.
I do, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Taylor, I'm going to order that you appear at the Van Buren Township Police Department to have your prints taken. Can you do that by the end of the day today, or do you want some more time?
Some more time.
All right, how about 4 o'clock tomorrow?
Yeah, I can do 4 o'clock tomorrow.
All right, in addition to that order, I'm going to delay sentence for 6 months. During that time period, you stay out of trouble, no criminal offenses. Court costs are assessed in the amount of $350. If you need a payment plan, you can come to the court and make a payment plan.
Okay.
Oh, hold on a minute. I got you. I got a Missouri address for you.
Yes, I set that up. It's an old address, but right now I'm currently staying in and out of hotels.
Where?
So they have.
Where are the hotels at?
And what state, ma'am? Like you're here in Michigan now?
Yeah, in
Okay.
Madison Heights.
Okay, all right, so here's what, let's do this. When you come out to go to the police department to get your prints taken, stop by the court. So do it before 4 o'clock, because we're not gonna talk to you at 4 o'clock. So sometime tomorrow, come into the court, set up a payment plan if that's what you need to do, and then go to the PD to get your prints taken. That works?
Yes.
And you got transportation for that, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, any questions?
No questions.
Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who's got work?
We have a Miss Burden, Your Honor.
Got it.
All right.
Is Mr. McClure represented?
No, he's representing himself, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. McClure, unmute.
How you doing?
Wonderful. Are you waiving your right to speak to a court-appointed attorney today?
Yes, sir.
All right. What'd you work out with Mr. Moore, Ms. Manorino?
Your Honor, he's going to plead guilty to the retail fraud charge. We're asking the court to take that under HIDA for a period of 6 months.
6
and
months?
there is no restitution. Yes, Judge, 6 months.
All right, Mr. McClure, do you understand your rights and the options those rights give you?
Yes, sir.
And do you understand the possible penalty for the charge?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily today?
Yes, sir.
On April 20, 2024, were you in a store in Van Buren Township?
Yes, sir.
Was that Walmart?
Yes, sir.
And did you try to take some merchandise out of the store without paying for that merchandise?
Yes, sir, I did.
I'll accept your plea. Are you working?
Not currently, no.
Going to school?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, not currently, no, but I'm working on it. Recently just went on visits.
Say that again?
I said no, not currently, but I'm working on it right now.
I'm not sure what that means. How do you work on going to school?
Like basically I just got back to Boston and I'm just needing my transcripts sent over to the schools that are interested in me here for football. And once that's said,
Okay.
I'm going to be going to school.
Okay, what were you doing in Michigan?
I was going to school at Concordia University from
Okay.
July.
Okay. Anything else you want me to know before I set the terms of your sentence?
Just overall the situation, I had been withdrawn from the university due to financial situations, and that led to me and my girlfriend staying in the rest stop area that was by the Walmart for around, I would say, since maybe late December, January, and from
Right.
there until now we just got back. But yeah, that's all, nothing more, honestly.
Okay. Have you ever been arrested for anything besides this?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right. And what was the item or items that you tried to get out of Walmart without paying for?
I tried to leave with 2 loaves of bread, and I believe it was playing cards and 2
Okay.
loaves of bread, sir.
Okay. So hungry and bored.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want me to know?
No, sir. That's it.
All right. All right. So this item means you got to stay out of trouble for 6 months. Can you do that?
Yes, sir. No problem.
All right. So when do you think you're going to know something about school? How soon are you going to get the go ahead?
I would say probably within the next 2 weeks. It's literally just the wait for my transcript. So I need to get in contact with my with Concordia in Michigan. And literally as soon as I get that sent over, I'll be accepted into the schools and just be making a decision on where I'll be going.
Okay. All right. Good luck to you. All right, Mr.
Thank
McClure,
you.
6 months, stay out of trouble. I'm not going to assess any costs. I'm going to give you some grace. So remember
Thank you.
that and pass it forward when you're in a position to do somebody a solid.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Deal?
Yes, sir. That's real. Thank
All
you.
right. Good luck with school.
Gotcha. Thank
Judge,
you.
I'm gonna have
Yep.
Crystal go first so that she can get back and meet with the other people. If
And Ms. Wood, have you waived your right to see a court-appointed attorney today?
No.
You want to see an attorney? Hello?
No, sir.
So you don't want to see an attorney?
Sir.
I'm getting conflicting messages. Yes, you want to talk to the court-appointed
Sorry,
attorney,
no.
or no, you do not want to talk to the court-appointed attorney?
No, I do not, sir.
Okay. All right. And Ms. Manarino, were you able to work something out with Ms. Wood?
Yes, Your Honor, she's going to plead guilty to the retail fraud. We're asking that to be taken pursuant to HIDA for a period of 6 months.
6 months. Thank you. Ms. Wood, do you understand your rights and the options those rights give you?
Yes.
You understand the possible penalty for this charge?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of this, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily today?
Yes, sir.
All right, on April 20th, 2024, were you at Walmart in Van Buren Township?
Yes, sir.
And did you try to take some merchandise from that store without paying for it?
Yes, sir.
I'll accept your plea. What was the merchandise?
It was some food and I think some playing cards.
Okay. Oh,
And,
all right. Were you with the guy that were you with the guy that's now in Massachusetts waiting to get into school?
Yeah, I'm in Boston. Yeah, with him. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. I'm still showing you for an Eaton Rapids address. You want us to use a Boston address or Eaton Rapids?
Yeah, you can change it.
Go ahead.
110 Selden Street.
Spell it.
SELDEN. Dorchester, Boston. And the zip code is 02124.
Thank you. All right, so what do you got going on? You working, going to school? What are you doing?
I'm looking at schools right now. I visited Curry the other day, and that was good. They didn't have a track team, but I'm also looking at Birmingham that has a track team, so that'll be nice. And then
Okay.
I'm looking at jobs around the city where we're staying now.
All right, good luck to you. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna
Thank
suspend your
you.
fines and costs. Next time you're in a position to do something nice for somebody, to do it.
Okay.
Deal?
Thank you, sir.
Good luck in Massachusetts.
Thank you, sir. Have a good
Okay,
day.
what's next? Thank
Mr.
you.
Boria, he has 2.
On Jemani?
Yep, I underestimate how much I've done already. Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. All right, go ahead. What do you got going on, Mr. Brown?
Crystal Marie Medina, Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, would you please state your full name for the record, sir?
Jemani Brown.
Your Honor, my understanding is that Mr. Brown, he has 4 counts of defense of the innkeeper charge. They're willing to dismiss 3 of them if he pleads guilty under HIDA for 3 months. So the recommendation would be for the plea to be taken under HIDA for 3 months, Your Honor, to 1 count and dismiss
Does it
the
matter
other.
which count we take the plea to?
No, Your Honor, we didn't speak about any count specifically, and Mr. Brown has made a payment of $202 to the Metro Airport parking.
All right, Mr. Brown, you understand your rights and options after discussing those with counsel.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand the possible penalty for the charge.
Yes, Your Honor.
Understanding that, are you pleading guilty to 1 count of defrauding an innkeeper freely and voluntarily today?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Tell me what happened on June 14, 2022 that makes you think you're guilty.
A parking ticket wasn't paid.
Ms. Mena, are you, or Ms. Medina, are you satisfied?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
And what was that restitution amount? I'm sorry.
That I don't think there was additional, so he already made a payment of $202 to the airport parking.
Yeah, so each ticket, I guess I paid for each ticket and it totaled into that amount, so.
Oh, all right, you've already paid that $200.
Yes, he paid
Right,
$202.
Which is why they gave you this good deal.
Yep,
I'm
I
with you.
have the receipt, Your Honor, printed right in.
Yep. And it was a 3-month delayed sentence, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, under HIDA.
All right, and Mr. Brown, are you working?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
It's a company called Flat Rock.
What do they do?
It's a mental home. I'm a direct care worker, so I take care.
Okay. All right. What else should I know about Mr. Brown before I set the terms of sentence?
Your Honor, my understanding is that he maintains stable residence with his grandmother in Flint. He has been with that employer for approximately a year. He is not currently on probation or parole. And as indicated, he had made a $202 already payment to the airport.
Okay. Mr. Brown, were you working at the airport then? Is that why you were having so much problems with parking?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Anything else you want me to consider before I sentence you?
No, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Court costs, 3 months, stay out of trouble. That's the delayed sentence. Court costs are assessed the amount of $300. Need you to contact the court within 5 days to either pay that or make arrangements to pay that. Understood?
Okay.
Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you,
You're
Your
all
Honor.
set.
Thank you. And I'm just going to speak to Mr. Mena on that one last case. Thank you.
Thank you.
More like
All right.
Rhodes.
Which one
like
do you
a
want to do first?
Your Honor, it doesn't matter. Either way.
All right, Mr. Rhodes, let's see what you got on that one.
Crystal Marie Medina, Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Rhodes. Mr. Rhodes, please state your full name for the record, sir.
Dale Rhodes III.
Your Honor, with regard to the arraignment, we would waive formal reading and stand mute. Mr. Rhodes is prepared to plead guilty today as charged, Your Honor. My understanding is that there is a restitution amount due in this case. It is $967.01 in restitution. I would ask that the court consider giving Mr. Rhodes a bit of time and opportunity to pay at least 3 months, Your Honor. My understanding is that Mr. Rhodes had gone through a difficult time. His girlfriend passed away after that. He had drug addiction issues, and he has been trying to deal with that and the mistakes he made, Your Honor. My understanding is that he was in prison for 10 months in Marion, Ohio. He is currently at a recovery center where he's expected to phase up shortly, Your Honor. He's at Midwest Recovery in North Baltimore. And so he is taking the appropriate steps, Your Honor. He does want to accept responsibility for his actions over the course of that time where he was going through hardship. But we would ask the court to consider that and give him some time to pay that restitution, Your Honor. And he is out of state.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Rhodes, you discussed your rights and options with counsel?
Yes, sir.
You understand those rights and the options they give you?
I do.
You understand the possible penalty for the charge?
I do.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty to this fraud charge from February 25, 23?
Yes, sir.
Doing so freely and voluntarily, sir?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Medina, would you voir dire give me the facts I need to support the plea?
Your Honor, I would love to do that. I understand that it was a check that was involved, Your Honor, some fraudulent checks and a total amount of $967.01, Your Honor, but I don't have the report in front of me. I'm not sure if Ms. Manarino can assist.
That's all right. Let me help you out. Mr. Rhodes, according to the complaint in the file, it looks like you gave Menards a bad check to get some material from Menards.
Yes.
You satisfied, Ms. Medina?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
I'll accept the plea. All right. So, Mr. Rhodes, are you currently in a recovery program?
Yes, sir.
How long have you been there?
I got out of prison March 20th. And I set it up to come here right from prison.
Good. How long are you planning on being there at the recovery
I'm
center?
going to ride it out until they tell me I'm ready.
Okay. Any idea?
I phase up in this week, so I'll be free to get like overnight pass type things, but I can start working next week.
Okay.
As far as your question, I have no idea. I'm probably gonna pay rent here. I love it here.
Okay. And how long have you been sober now?
In 13 days, it'll be a year.
Awesome. Congratulations, 13 days early.
Thank you.
All right. So here's what I'll do. My 1-year sobriety present to you is I'm not going to assess any fines and costs. I am going to order the restitution to Menards. So I'm assuming at this point you cannot even commit to making some payments.
Today, no, but I will be working soon.
All right. So do you think within 2 weeks you'll be in a position to make some kind of commitment? Or is that too optimistic?
What would be the payment? I could.
Whatever
I
you
have
can
resources.
make.
I'm sorry.
Whatever you can make.
Yeah, I could commit to something in 2 weeks. Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to make a notation that you're going to contact the court within 2 weeks to get something set up.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rhodes, any questions?
No, sir.
All right, good luck with the job hunt.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ms. Medina, do you have somebody else ready?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Martinez.
Ernest Colling, Your Honor, 940 COLLING.
Thank you. Mr. Colling, you're waiving your right to speak to a court-appointed attorney today?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and you know your rights and options presented to you by those rights?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Well, what's the arrangement, Mr. Mena?
Your Honor, he's going to plead guilty to the checkpoint violation pursuant to 771.1 for a period of 3 months. It was a firearm. That firearm will be returned upon completion of his probation.
Thank you. Mr. Conley, understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily today?
Yes, Your Honor.
March 24, did you find yourself at Metro Airport?
Yes, I did.
And were you at a checkpoint?
Yes, I was.
And did you have a firearm that you were not authorized to have at that point in time?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll accept your plea, sir. Anything you want me to consider before I set the terms of sentence?
Yes, Your Honor, I do. I'm a business owner in the area, and I've got 7 combat deployments as a veteran, so I'm very aware of firearms and their lethality.
Thank you. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Your Honor. 2 intelligence agencies under my belt. I had a TSSCI, so when it comes to anything sensitive and secure checkpoints, physical security, I'm very aware of it. The circumstances of that day, I had an employee that I had recently terminated that threatened my life and the life of my family. And in Oakland County, a protection order had just been awarded or put in place. So as a CPL holder, I had that firearm in my possession and had intended to put that in a safe since we were going on a family vacation, and I had neglected to do so. Under other circumstances, the firearm would have been secured, and I would not have had it in a situation where I was carrying, but I felt the need that with what was going on in that time, I was carrying, and I had missed it when we were going to the airport.
Okay. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Mena, was that for 3 months?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Conley, I'm going to order that you stay out of trouble for 3 months for that delayed sentence. Court costs are assessed the amount of $300. I'm going to leave it to you to get on our website and make arrangements to either pay in full or set up some payments.
Yes, Your Honor. No, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, and once again, thanks for your service.
Thank you, Your Honor. Much appreciated.
Mr. Mena, next.
Robert Moore, 10 a.m., Your Honor.
Your Honor, ready up, Mr. Timmerman.
Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Timmerman. Go ahead, counsel.
Crystal Marie Medina, Your Honor, on behalf of Mr. Timmerman, with regard to the arraignment, we would waive formal reading and stand mute, Your Honor. Mr. Timmerman, would you please state your full name for the record, sir? Please repeat that. You're moving around, sir. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
I see your lips moving, but I'm not catching you. Try again.
Just stop moving, sir.
Sorry about that, Your Honor. Can you hear me now?
Yep. What's your name?
I am Ronald David Timmerman Jr.
Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. Medina.
Your Honor, at this time, my client is prepared to plead guilty to being a disorderly person. My understanding, speaking with Mr. Mena, is that the recommendation would be for this plea to be taken under HIDA for a period of 3 months. He is 21 years old, Your Honor. My understanding is that he was actually on his way from New York to California for treatment when this layover in Detroit and the situation occurred. He is in rehab right now, currently at solution-based treatment in California, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Timmerman, you understand your rights and options after discussing those with Ms. Medina?
Yes, sir.
You understand the possible penalty for this charge?
Yes, sir.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily to the charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me what happened on April 16, 24 at Metro Airport that makes you think you're guilty of the charge.
I was getting off the plane. I kind of swore a little bit. I was a little loud, and the cops handcuffed me, and I actually had to go to the hospital because I almost OD'd on the plane and died. So they took me there, and I said sorry to the cop. I talked to him in the ambulance, and he gave me the ticket, and we talked from there.
Okay. I'm satisfied with the facts. If you are, Ms. Medina.
Satisfied,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Mena?
It seems that there was a disturbance.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So you're at a treatment facility now, Mr. Timmerman?
What was that, Your Honor?
You're at a treatment facility now?
Yes, sir.
How long are you going to be there?
45 days. I still got 25 more days left.
Good. Good. All right. What's the aftercare plan? Do you know?
I might go to outpatient, where I'm from, or I might just do, I'm doing 90 and 90, which is, 90 meetings and, 90 minutes.
Yep. Yep.
So,
yep.
And then, I got a
Yeah,
sponsor and stuff like that. So
I don't want to set you up for failure. I don't think it's 90 minutes and 90 minutes and it's 90 meetings and 90 days.
90
yeah,
meetings
90
and 90
meetings,
days.
90 days. Sorry. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
90 meetings in 90 minutes would be really short meetings.
Yeah, my fault.
Yeah. All right. All right. Anything else you want me to consider before I set the terms of your sentence?
No, that is it.
All right.
Do you
All right,
want
I'll
a
delay
letter
sentence
from,
for 3 months. Go
sorry,
ahead.
sir. Do you want a letter from, SBT?
I don't know what SBT is.
That's
Solution-based
solution-based treatment where he's at, Your Honor.
All right. I didn't hear that because both of you were talking at me.
It's
And that's-
solution. It's solution-based treatment, Your Honor.
Oh, no, I don't need, no, I trust you. You
Okay,
tell me you're
all
in
right.
treatment, I believe you. Yeah, I believe
Okay.
it. All right, so 3 months, stay out of trouble. I'm assessing court costs, the minimum I can assess, 145.
Okay.
So within 5 days, can you get on the computer and make arrangements to pay that?
Yes, I can try to do that for you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And
Joshua Kaplan, on behalf of Ms. Mitchell, or Andrews Mitchell, excuse me.
thank you. Ms. Andrews Mitchell, can you hear us okay?
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Counsel, would you waive formal reading?
We will be waiving formal reading and stand mute to the charges, Your Honor.
Thank you. We're looking at a probable cause conference on Zoom, Judge Martin's, May 22nd. Have you had a look at the bond rec from the police department?
We have, Your Honor, and we would be asking for a personal bond, if I just may explain a few things.
I heard up till personal bond and then I lost the last few words.
If I was going to go into an explanation. So my client does take this matter very seriously. I know this is a 2020 case. She was not aware of it until she was picked up on this. She's had minor issues since she was a juvenile. She did have a case in 2021 in Taylor, and she was not made aware of this. Otherwise, she would have turned herself in. And so what we're asking for is a personal bond. We understand there'd be a no contact with, there's 4 complaining witnesses. She has no objection to that. She has no reason to talk to them at this point during dependency of this case. And she promises to show up at all future court dates and get this matter squared away.
Okay. If you know Mr. Kaplan, are these complainants people known to Miss Andrews Mitchell or strangers?
No, known to her. She's had contact with them since this incident, not knowing, again, obviously, that there was charges filed against her. I did go over with her that from now till the end of this case, there is no contact. You know, and she has no objection to that. There's no, they don't live together. There's no issues with that.
All right. I don't know who they are, but I've got some people, members of your client's family coming in. Okay. Just coming in as Mitchell family. All right. Miss Andrews Mitchell, were you working before you got arrested?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
At a fast food place
How long have you been employed there?
for like 4 or 5 months.
All right. Where'd you work before that?
Before that, I worked at a group home.
Okay. All right, so your court date is next Wednesday, 9:30 in the morning. I'm gonna put you on a personal bond. No contact with those 4 complainants. When I say no contacts, no phone calls, no letters, no social media contacts. Don't have your friends check on them. You happen to run into one of them at Taco Bell, you're eating at Burger King. No contact at all. Any questions about that?
No, not at all.
Raise your right hand for me.
She's handcuffed.
I'm handcuffed.
That's all right. That's all right. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court amount of $10,000 if you violate bond?
Yes.
You put your hand up. The first condition is the obvious one, stay out of trouble. Second one is just as obvious, participating with your court date next Wednesday. So be on Zoom next Wednesday at 9:30.
Yes,
or
sir.
before would be better. And no contact. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck. Thank you, Mr. Kaplan, for jumping back on with us.
Thank you for your
Romulus.
patience.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
For the record, I'm attorney James L. Galen Jr., P43406, retained counsel on behalf of Ms. Vasallo. She stands behind me. Sit behind me.
Nancy Marie Vasallo.
Thank you, counsel. What do we got today?
Your Honor, I've had a chance to speak with Mr. Mena. I did obtain discovery, the body cam and the written discovery. It's very hard for my client, but we've worked out a resolution. My client's prepared to tender a plea of no contest under Michigan Compiled Law 771.1. If she does what the court orders for the next 3 months, the matter would be dismissed with prejudice.
All right. And counsel, I've got an appearance ticket in the file, and I think it gives me the facts I need to accept the no contest plea. Have you seen that ticket, and do you agree with that?
Hey, I've seen the ticket and the discovery, and I stipulate to the factual basis contained therein for purposes of this plea.
Thank you. All right. Ma'am, pronounce your last name for me.
Vasallo.
All right. Ms. Vasallo, you've discussed your rights and options with counsel today. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You understand those rights and the options presented?
Yes, I do.
You understand that when you say no contest to the court, you're in essence saying you're not fighting the charge. You understand that?
I do.
If I can find a factual basis to accept the plea, and I can, I've already looked, then at that point, I'm going to move forward with sentencing. In this case, we're talking about a sentence for a delayed sentence time period, 3 months. 3 months was it, Mr. Geller?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Understanding all that, ma'am, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily today?
Yes, sir.
All right. And as I said, I did look at the appearance ticket. That does have the facts I need to support the plea. Counsel, what should I know about the situation before I sentence?
Your Honor, I got to tell you, it's very hard. I fight for a living, and this one right here, after talking to my client, I was very upset. What happened was she showed up to the airport plenty of time in advance, and their computers were down for the particular airline that she was set for, so they gave her a manual boarding pass. She waited in line like she was supposed to, got up to the counter, they checked her manual boarding pass, and her driver's license told her to go get on a plane. She went down to Breezeway, got on the plane. She was in the plane, and they said they didn't give her a seating assignment. One of the people working there said, "Well, you can wait till everybody's boarded, and we'll give you a seat as soon as we know which ones are open, or you can go back down and see if they can give you a seating assignment." She walked back down the Breezeway, and the woman that she was supposed to get the seating assignment from wanted her to wait in this long line again. And she said, "Well, I don't want to miss my plane." She went walking back down the Breezeway. The woman that was at the counter went running down, says, "You can't be here. Stop. I told you you had to wait in line." My client complied, went back out, and airport police were called. It was a tough one for me, but she is prepared. She has entered a plea of no contest on this one, Your Honor. She's got over 35 years of recovery. I saw the young man that's coming up on his 1 year and 13 days. She works across the street from my office here in Macomb County at the Macomb Alano Club. She's one of the 2 managers of the facility, totally clean and sober, a well-respected member of the community. She missed her trip to Las Vegas, and the big thing in Las Vegas for her was not gambling, things like that, but to go to three shows there. She had booked 3 different shows. She missed the shows. She missed her plane. She's had this on her shoulders. It's bothered her a lot. She does watch her behavior. I'm respectfully requesting, if you could do it, no fines and costs because she did retain me, and I don't believe that she did anything that warranted her being in the situation that she was in. But it's a lot cheaper and more less stress to do a no contest plea, knowing that she's not going to get me in trouble for the next 3 months, Judge.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to guess that in the last, not even a month, this is probably the 5th or 6th situation I've heard from the airport where one employee gave different advice than a second employee, and that led to charges to the passenger.
Well, Judge, if I may, and I believe it was 1999, I traveled to San Jose, California for the 27th World Convention of Narcotics Anonymous. And I was out there with 20,000 people from all over the world celebrating recovery. Like I said, it's a long time ago, 1999. And when I went to San Jose Airport, I was there 15 minutes early, and they told me my plane was already gone. I said, how can you sell my plane out? It's not even time for it to leave yet. They said, we sold your ticket. And I said, well, I want to deal with this right now because I was stranded in San Jose, California. I wanted to be back in Detroit. And next thing I know, I had 2 San Jose police, one on my back, inches from my collar, and one in front, telling me if I didn't leave, I was going to be arrested for trespassing or disturbing the peace. And I looked at all the people in line. I said, I haven't cussed. I haven't raised my voice. I backed out carefully, and I got a new ticket the next day. But it was very scary. And then I remember when I called into the police department to turn these officers in, they said, well, do you have a criminal history, sir? Trying to put it on me. I'm not going to fight with the airports. They're too big. So I'll leave it in your honor's discretion. But she's a great lady. I've known her since about 1993. And she's a pillar of the community these days, Your Honor.
Good. All right, so I'm going to delay sentence during that 3 months. I'm assuming, Ms. Vasello, you can stay out of trouble for 3 more months.
Yes, sir.
All right, and I am going to suspend fines and costs.
Thank you so much, Judge Oakley.
You're welcome.
I don't get down there that much anymore, but it's very good seeing you, Your Honor.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge Attorney
Heather, what's
Rubens,
next?
last name is Walagora. W.
Is this the arraignment?
Correct.
Go ahead, Mr. Kaplan.
Joshua Kaplan on behalf of Mr. Beach. Mr. Beach is present in custody here in Township for Sumter. Mr. Beach, will you state your name for the record?
Yes, I'm Evan Beach.
And for purposes of arraignment today, Your Honor, we're going to waive formal arraignment stand mute to the charges. I know there's also seven additional warrants for failure to appear.
All right, so let's see what we got. So on the new file, offense date is February 21, 24. It's a possession charge. On that one, we're going to set him up with a probable cause conference with Judge Martin by Zoom for May 22nd. I'm looking at the bond rec. I'm assuming you've seen that, Mr. Kaplan?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's talk about bond.
Yes, Your Honor. I did talk to my client, did go over that and the reasons for such a high amount. And in our conversation, what we kind of talked about in hopes of lowering that bond, and what we're proposing is a 5,000 10% bond, GPS tether, and with an order that he go into mental health counseling or rehab, including for substance abuse issues. That's what he wants. He does have insurance that could cover that. So with the money, the monetary amount, the GPS tether, and I believe if he's in a facility, keeps the public safe, and I also think will help with Mr. Beach with his pending charges and with his future. So that's what we're proposing in lieu of that high amount of bond.
Has Mr. Beach taken any steps to find a facility that has room for him?
Not at this time, but certainly that would be part of what I explained to him. Would be if you agree to that, would be part of the order. But he would have to have that GPS tether while that's pending, and certainly that would be seen if he fails to do that prior to his next court date.
What do you think would be I'm inclined not to mess with the GPS tether because I don't want that to hold him up at all. What do you think is a reasonable time frame for him to get into a program?
So I can only go with experience with clients that I've been having recently, and I would say within 2 weeks or 10 days. I mean, I think, quite frankly, I think it could be done within a week to find a bed. But it's just a matter of you know, there are some issues, so just a little bit of leeway on that.
Yeah, he's not being held on anything else?
Not that I'm aware of, but there is, I believe he is in violation of non-compliant in a felony probation in Wayne County. I don't have information on if they're going to try to put a hold on him or not on that.
Okay. All right. So here's what I'm going to do on this file, Mr. Beach.
Yes.
I'm assuming because Mr. Kaplan made the suggestion, you can post $500.
I was gonna call my
somebody
dad,
can.
hopefully my dad would.
Try again.
My father, hopefully, my father would.
Okay. All right. So on this file, I'll set the bond at 5,000, 10%. I'm going to give you a court date, 8:30 on May 22nd. So that's a week from this coming Wednesday. So basically 10 days out.
Yes.
All right. What would be really good is if you could contact us before the 22nd, and let us know that you're in a facility and ask for an adjournment on the court date.
Yes, sir.
Because I personally, I'd rather have the treatment than in court.
Pick me up or not, that would be the biggest determination.
Understood. Yeah, yeah. If you're not in treatment and it's not your fault, I'm not holding that against you.
Yes, sir.
I mean, if they pick you up on that probation violation, then obviously you can't do much with that.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that takes care of that file. We've got another file from January 2nd, 23, similar charge. I'm going to do the same thing on that one. Actually,
yes,
on that one, I'll give you a personal bond. I'm going to set it at the same time.
Yes, sir.
Today, 8:30 on the 22nd, but I'll give you a personal bond on that one.
Thank you.
On that one, it's $5,000 personal. So raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court in the amount of $5,000 if you screw up?
Yes, sir.
All right, you put your hand down. I'm just confirming. I think all the other files we've got are all Sumter Township.
Yes.
One is Van Buren.
Yeah. No, one's Van Buren. You know what? How long have you been in custody right now?
24 hours.
All right, I've got a retail fraud case here from October 18, 2023. You plead guilty. I'm going to give you a J and Dale and close the file.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Kaplan, you need any time to talk to him about that?
No, Your Honor, I believe. Do you understand, or do you have any questions, Mr. Beach?
Yes, I understand.
Okay.
So it'll go on your record, but I'm closing the file out. You got bigger fish to fry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Understood.
All right. Do you understand your rights and options? Do you understand the possible penalty for the charge?
Yes, sir.
All right. October 18, 2023. Did you try to take some property from a store in Van Buren Township without paying for it?
Yes, sir.
And what store was that?
Walmart.
All right. I accepted your plea. File is closed. Now we've got a bunch of ordinance violations with Sumter. They're not all ordinance violations, though, Heather. One trespass, one larceny in AB, another trespass, and 2 of them are violation of technical requirements. Can we get a date for Mr. Young's Sumter date?
Do you want to keep him on ours for the in-person? And then we can just keep them all so that he's not separated and has to go to different court dates? Because those violation of technical requirements would be ours.
Yeah, let's keep them all then. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, our next Sumter is going to be June 13th at 10 a.m. And that'll be in person, Mr. Beach.
Okay.
All right. And on each one of those, I'm going to give you $1,000 personal bond. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court amount of $1,000 on each of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 files if you don't show up in court or you otherwise screw up by getting into more trouble?
Yes, I do.
Understand all that?
Yes.
Any questions for me or Mr. Kaplan?
No, sir.
All right, brother, let's get you in treatment so we can start putting this silliness behind you.
Yes, sir, I agree.
All right, if you haven't, you got contact information for Mr. Kaplan?
I do not have any contact information, no.
All right, Mr. Kaplan, you mind giving him a number, phone number?
No, it's not a problem. Mr. Beach, do you have an ability to write something down?
I'm writing it down.
Yeah, I got the officer write it down.
All right, it's 248-712-1056. So you should give me a call if you have any questions, okay? Josh Kaplan.
Okay.
Thank you, officer. Sir, so keep in contact with Mr. Kaplan. If you're having trouble getting into a facility, or, you know, if you're not on the street because of that probation violation, try to let him know what's going on and he'll communicate with me.
Yes.
All right, good luck.
Understand.
Thanks, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Heather, what's next?
Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Pretty smoothly so far. I'll see you Friday.
Okay.
Our next matter is not set for 6 minutes. It's Village Manor versus Victoria Rogers. We've been going back and forth with counsel, but Carrie Zanin is here from the Cox Law Firm on behalf of Village Manor Apartments. Ms. Cousineau, their manager, is here, and Meg Bauer is here from Legal Aid, but we don't yet have Victoria Rogers.
Can I ask Miss Bowers, are you on this file? I can't remember. I didn't think so, Judge. I think that last week was the first hearing and
It was.
Okay. Just making sure.
Well, it was not good.
Oh, this is the one that I missed, and you indicated, Judge, that you thought she would benefit from talking to me.
I did. I gave her that information. She has 4 children. She says she has cancer. Her husband was not on the lease. He just moved in allegedly on Friday. And utilities were placed in the company's name, and this is filed as a termination of tenancy. Ms. Cousineau, is she still there?
Last I knew she was. I've seen her walking around. Have not spoke with her at all.
And unfortunately, Judge, I see no record of an intake with us.
All right. This is one that had the addendum to the notice to quit, and then I had to find that. So let me look. Here she is. Good afternoon. Could you hear me?
Yes.
You've logged in as Victoria Johnson. And I had you last time as Victoria Johnson Rogers. And that's you once again?
Yes.
This is entitled Village Manor Apartments versus Victoria Rogers and any other occupants, which would include your children and your husband if he's back there. Lori Cousineau, the manager from Village Manor, is here, and attorney Carrie Zanin is here. This time she drew the short straw and had to come to Centerville.
It's always it's never a short straw, Judge. I love being here.
And Meg Bauer is here from Legal Aid. We were here on May the 6th, and this was filed as a termination of tenancy. They simply want you to move. It is alleged that the utilities are not in your name, and there are, I'll just read it the way they wrote it, sanitary concerns about the nature of the property. It was discovered during a city inspection that the unit is unacceptable due to a lack of housekeeping, excessive clutter, and other unsanitary conditions. Specifically, you have trash, food packages throughout the unit. There's extensive clutter throughout, and you have failed to keep the unit clean. Pest control is unable to do a thorough inspection due to the amount of clutter. The gnats and at least one bed bug were seen. These conditions pose health, safety, and fire hazards to you as well as other residents. And that was served on you with the notice to quit, which was quite some time ago, March 1st. When we were here last, you expressed what was going on with your situation, which was dire. I had recommended that you contact Legal Aid, and they've indicated that you did not. At least they haven't had any record of it. Ms. Zana, is the plaintiff still seeking possession of these premises?
We are, Your Honor.
Ms. Johnson, what's your possession or position?
I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. I'm just trying.
Well, they want you to move in 10 days. They're asking me to issue an order that says you have to move because of these lease violations. And if you don't move, the sheriff will come and put you and everybody else out on the street. I tried to express that last week that
Yeah, and I've been in the process of trying to get everything moved out and moved into another place. It's just taking me a little bit longer because I also have cancer and have been in and out of the hospital the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
so I've been trying to get everything out and moved out. Just I'm not completely out yet.
All right, well, you get 10 more days from today to move.
Okay.
You have until May 23rd.
Okay.
Also until May 23rd to appeal.
Okay.
Let me tell you a couple of things. There's no money judgment issued here. They're not suing you for money damages. They're simply asking you to move out. If they do sue for money damages, once they take possession of the unit and have cleaning costs and rent and other things, they could file a separate action to claim money damages. But unless and until you get served with that lawsuit, this is just about possession. When you move, you need to turn in your keys and your forwarding address in writing within 4 days of your moving, and that triggers the security deposit law. They can apply your security deposit to cleaning costs or unpaid rent or other damage. But it sounds like you've taken the steps to begin to move. It doesn't happen instantaneously. You get 10 days.
Right.
And it's a lot easier to have a tenant move out themselves than to have an eviction. So
Yeah.
My suggestion is you stay in contact with Ms. Cousineau, your manager. Ms. Cox, would you send me a judgment for possession with the
Yes,
written
Judge.
date and the appeal date of May 23rd.
Absolutely, Judge. I'm working on it right now.
All right, very good. Do you have anything to add?
I do not,
No.
Judge.
All right, Ms. Johnson, you're in a tough spot, and I hope it gets better, both housing wise and certainly health wise. But as long as you're out of this place by May 23rd, we won't have any further action in this case. All right, you're all good to go.
Thank you. Have a
Meg,
wonderful
I'll
afternoon,
see
Judge.
you on Friday. Okay, good luck.
Carrie, have you gotten those Riverside documents?
Sure, you can start it now. I didn't forget, I just wasn't there yet. Good morning.
Morning. Buenos días.
Buenos dias. This is file number 24151OD.
Este es el número de caso 24, 151 OD.
People of the state of Michigan
Es el Ministerio Público
versus Jesus Barajas Torres.
versus Jesús Barajas Torres.
The defendant is here with his attorney Rhonda Ives.
El acusado se encuentra aquí con su abogado licenciada Ives.
And Autumn Kiefer is here from the probation department.
Aaron Kiefer del Departamento de Libertad Condicional se encuentra aquí también.
She has prepared the report for us.
Ella ha preparado el informe para nosotros.
Also joining us this morning is Ms. Vivian Montero.
También con nosotros esta mañana es la señora Vivian Montero.
She is a certified court interpreter.
Es una intérprete certificada.
I believe you met her the last time we were here.
Yo creo que usted la conoció la última vez que venimos acá.
Sí.
I'm going to take a moment and swear the interpreter in, and then we'll begin.
Voy a tomar un momento y pedir que la intérprete preste juramento y luego vamos a empezar.
Do you swear or affirm to the best of your ability you will interpret these matters from Spanish into English and English into Spanish?
I do.
The defendant was arrested on January 28th, 2024.
El acusado fue arrestado el 28 de enero de 2024
for operating while intoxicated.
por conducir en estado de ebriedad.
We had a couple of hearings on this matter.
Celebramos unas audiencias sobre el caso.
And the city attorney agreed to reduce this to a lesser charge of impaired driving.
Y el fiscal está de acuerdo con reducir la gravedad del cargo a lo que se llama conducir con las facultades disminuidas.
And the matter is set for sentencing this morning on that charge.
El caso ha sido programado para la imposición de la condena hoy sobre ese cargo.
Mr. Barajas Torres is here working for a local agricultural company.
El señor Barajas Torres se encuentra aquí trabajando para una compañía de agricultura local.
And his work visa is about to expire.
Y su autorización de trabajo está a punto de vencerse.
And he's going to have to go back to Mexico, at least for a while.
Y él va a tener que regresar a México por un tiempo.
This is another in a series of drinking driving cases that we've had.
Este es otro caso en una serie de casos que hemos tenido sobre el cargo de conducir en estado de ebriedad
at really busy intersections.
en las intersecciones muy transitadas.
This was right at the main 4 and 3 Rivers, Michigan Avenue and Main Street.
Esto fue en la intersección de la Michigan Avenida y la Main Street en Tres Ríos.
And the defendant turned onto Railroad Street to go back behind the stores downtown.
Y el acusado dio vuelta sobre la calle Railroad para pasar unas tiendas en el centro.
The defendant does not have a driver's license.
El acusado no tiene licencia de conducir.
But he was going, I think, to get more beer because his friends felt he was the soberest one to go get it.
Y creo que él iba para más cerveza porque sus amigos pensaban que él era el más sobrio para poder ir a conseguirlo.
Ms. Ives, what would you like us to know here?
Licenciada, ¿qué es lo que quiere que sepamos nosotros?
Well, Your Honor, my client is very remorseful.
Bueno, su señoría, mi cliente es muy arrepentido.
He is hoping that the court would sanction him with fines and costs.
Él espera que el tribunal le sanciona con la multa y costos.
He is here on a valid work visa, but it expires this week on May 22nd of 2024.
Él está aquí en una visa de trabajo, pero está por vencerse el 22 de mayo de 2024, esta semana.
At which time he will have to go back home and then apply for another work visa.
Y en ese caso, él va a tener que regresar a su casa a solicitar otra visa de trabajo.
He understands that the situation the court is in and that jail may be imposed.
Entiendo la situación en que se encuentra el señor y que puede ser que impone días de cárcel.
But that is the situation that he is in, Your Honor.
Pero eso es la situación en que se encuentra él, su señoría.
Ms. Kiefer, anything you'd wish to add?
I'd just like to know, oops, sorry, Vivian.
Señora Kiefer, ¿hay algo que quisiera agregar?
I understand that the work visa is gonna run out.
Entiendo que está por vencerse la visa de laboral.
However, that should not be a get out of jail free card.
No debe ser una tarjeta para evitar ir a la cárcel.
Mr. Barajas Torres violated the laws of the state.
El señor Barajas Torres cometió una infracción en las leyes estatales.
He does not carry a valid driver's license in the state of Michigan nor in Mexico, according to him.
No tiene una licencia vigente ni en el estado de Michigan ni de su país natal, según él.
I would guess that he's been driving while he is here, even though he denies that claim.
Yo supongo que él ha estado conduciendo mientras estaba aquí, aunque él lo niega.
My recommendation is for 4 days jail, credit 1 starting today.
Mi recomendación es 4 días de encierro, crédito por un día ya pasado, a partir de hoy día.
That's all.
Es todo.
Mr. Barajas Torres, is there anything you'd like to tell me?
Señor Barajas Torres, ¿hay algo que quisiera usted decirme?
Pues yo quisiera pagar, pues, pues estoy arrepentido por mi pues, crimen, ¿no? Y pues sí, yo quisiera pagar, pues se puede con la multa o sea, pues como sea, pero o sea, se puede con multa.
I would like to pay the ticket, or however, I'm very remorseful.
Where are you from in Mexico?
¿De qué estado de México proviene usted?
De Michoacán.
Michoacán.
I think you told me that last time.
Creo que usted me lo había dicho la vez pasada.
Sí, ya se lo había comentado.
Yeah.
I don't think, no, you were polite and respectful to the police officer.
Usted fue cortés y respetuoso a la gente de policía.
The officer had some Spanish.
También él tenía un poco de español.
But if you were the soberest guy to go get more beer,
Pero si usted fue el más sobrio entre todos para ir a buscar más cerveza,
I'd hate to think how drunk everybody else was.
odio pensar en qué tan ebrio estaban todas las demás personas.
Your blood alcohol level on the test was 233.
La concentración de alcohol en la sangre en la prueba salió .233.
That's 3 times the legal limit.
Son 3 veces el límite legal acá.
When I was reading the police report,
Cuando yo leía el informe de policía,
I was trying to figure out where you were coming from and where you were going to.
trataba de averiguar de dónde venía y a dónde iba.
Where did you go to get the beer?
¿A dónde fue para comprar la cerveza?
Ahí mismo en Tres Ríos, pero no sé cómo se llama la tienda.
Right
Pero
there
fue
in
ahí.
3 Rivers, but I don't recall the name of the store.
And where were you living at that time? One thing says Andrew Street and one thing says Armitage Street.
¿Y dónde vivía en ese momento? Porque en un documento dice Andrews Street y el otro dice Armitage Street.
Iba a la casa de un amigo. Él,
I was-
o sea, la casa de un amigo.
Perdón, ¿iba a la casa de un amigo?
Sí.
But you don't know which street it was on?
Pero no se acuerda en qué calle vivía el amigo.
No, en realidad no conozco, o sea, los nombres de las calles y no recuerdo.
I don't remember the name of the street because I'm not familiar with the names, the street names.
Fair enough. Where you were hit, the street you were on,
En la calle en que andaba usted,
wasn't really on the way to either of those addresses.
que usted no iba en dirección a ninguna de las dos direcciones.
So you represented to the probation agent that you drink sometimes to relax, which a lot of people do.
Usted indicó a la gente de libertad condicional que usted toma a veces para relajarse y muchas personas lo hacen así.
But I think you drink more than a little bit.
Pero creo que usted toma más de un poquito.
Because you had to build up tolerance to be able to get your blood alcohol that high.
Porque uno tiene que ir tomando con el paso del tiempo para poder tolerar una concentración de alcohol tan alto en la sangre.
And if you got it that high, the actual later test was 177.
Y la prueba que le hicieron después fue .177.
That's a lot of Bud Lights.
Esos son bastantes Bud Light.
What Ms. Kiefer was referring to when she said she didn't think this should be a get out of jail card.
Lo que se refería la señora Kiefer cuando ella dijo que simplemente porque tiene que regresar a su país no debemos dejarle libre,
Is that if you were going to be here,
que si usted estuviera aquí,
we would probably try a probation
probablemente le asignaríamos a un plazo de libertad condicional,
with testing and some other things.
donde uno tiene que someterse a pruebas al azar, entre otras cosas.
Sorry. I'm going to, since I can't put you on probation, I've got a sentence like we used to. The judge there on the right is Judge McManus.
Ya que no le podemos colocar en un caso de libertad condicional, voy a tener que imponer la condena como lo hacíamos antes. El juez aquí a mano derecha es el juez McManus.
He was the judge here before me.
Él fue el juez aquí antes que yo.
And for many years,
y por muchos años,
people got 2 days in jail.
Las personas recibían 2 días de cárcel.
One day drunk that they often slept through.
Un día ebrio que muchas veces pasaban durmiendo ese día entero.
One day sober.
Y un día sobrio.
The recommendation is for 3 more days.
La recomendación son 3 días más de encierro.
But I'm going to go with 2 days, credit 1, leaving 1 day to serve.
Voy a asignarle 2 días de encierro, crédito por un día que ya pasó, o un día más para pasar encerrado.
There is a $300 fine.
Multa $300.
A $50 state minimum fee.
$50 estatal mínimo.
A $75 crime victims' rights fee.
$75 para víctimas de delitos.
$150 attorney fee.
$150 honorario de abogado.
Is there a police reimbursement in here?
No, yeah.
¿Hay reparación a la policía? No, su señoría.
Daniel had one the other day and it was hidden in there someplace.
Había uno al otro día, estaba escondido el monto.
I do have one, Your Honor.
Tengo uno, su señoría.
$120. Thank you, Rhonda.
120 de reparación.
Let's add that up. 300 plus 125 plus 100.
Los montos.
20. The total is 795. I'm going to add it again.
En total son 795. Voy a sumarlo de nuevo.
$795.
$795.
That is due before you go back to Mexico.
Tiene que pagarlo por su cantidad antes de regresar a México.
That will be due by this Friday,
May
viernes 17.
17 de mayo. Tiene que pagarlo antes del viernes 17 de mayo.
I am encouraged that a lot of people came with you today.
Me motiva que muchas personas le acompañó aquí hoy día.
I don't know if these are coworkers from your company.
No sé si son compañeros de trabajo de su compañía.
Walther Farms is a very respected company, a large agricultural company.
Walther Farms es una compañía muy respetada. Es una compañía grande de agricultura.
And they try to do things right.
Ellos tratan de hacer las cosas de forma correcta.
But if any of you were people that let him go out and drive that night,
pero si cualquiera de ustedes dejaron a él que fuera a manejar aquella noche,
that was not good.
Eso no estaba bien.
This may also affect your ability to come back.
Eso podría afectar su capacidad de poder volver.
And I don't know if the company you worked with from Mexico and the company you're working for here, or whether the immigration service will let you come back. if you have an impaired driving conviction. I don't know the answer to that.
No sé si le van a, la compañía en México o la compañía acá va a permitir que usted vuelva si tiene una condena por conducir con las facultades disminuidas o ni siquiera si inmigración le deja regresar.
But
No
right
se le-
now,
Eso.
the court officer is going to take you to jail.
Pero ahora mismo le van a llevar a la cárcel.
He will get out tomorrow from the jail at this time.
Usted saldrá de la cárcel mañana a esta hora
Then you can go back to work for a few days.
y puede volver a trabajar por unos días.
Here's the envelope regarding the fine that is due Friday.
Aquí está el sobre para la multa que se vence el viernes.
I don't think I'm going to see you again.
No creo que yo le voy a volver a ver,
At least I hope not.
pero que no.
At least not for this.
Por lo menos no para esto.
So you need to put this behind you.
Tiene que poner este asunto atrás.
Your family's probably anxious to see you in Mexico.
Seguro que su familia en México está ansioso por verle.
You must be a good worker because all these people are here on your behalf.
Tiene que ser un trabajador muy aplicado porque todas esas personas le están acompañando.
Best of luck.
Buena suerte. Anything else, Your Honor?
No, Vivian, thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
What
Have
do
a
you
good
say, Vivian?
Que si puedo dejarle la pertenencia a mi familia.
Can I leave my personal effects with my friend?
Yes,
Yes.
you don't certainly want to lose your passport.
No va a querer perder su pasaporte. Billetera.
You can take your phone, just make sure it's off.
Puede llevar el teléfono, simplemente tiene que apagarlo.
Okay.
Do you have a, like a driver, do you have an ID card that has your information on it?
Tiene una tarjeta de identidad que contiene su información.
Can I see that and keep that to give it to the jail and they will give it back?
Me lo puede mostrar para que yo le entregue a la cárcel y luego ellos se lo van a devolverle a usted ese documento.
All right, that finishes our.
All set?
Yes, thank you, Vivian.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
And James Inouye. No response. All right, we'll start with Leslie DeMea and Sabina Clara and Mr. Elliott. Mr. Elliott, come on up and have a seat at this table, please. And stay standing for a moment. And for Ms. DeMea and Ms. Clara and Mr. Elliott, if all three of you would raise your right hands. And let's also get the video activated for Ms. DeMea and Ms. Clara.
Para las señoras de Maya, la señora Sabina Clara y el señor Elliott. Oh, I hear the interpreter hears some feedback. Levanten la mano derecha, por favor.
Do you swear that testimony in the case today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Juran que el testimonio que darán el día de hoy será la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
And now you said is that we need the audio activated.
Necesitamos que activen el audio.
Go ahead and have a seat.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sí.
Actually, Mr. Snavely, sit tight. I thought Mr. McNally had appeared, but he hadn't. So I'm going to call the next case where we have both parties present, Ido Avery and Jesse Brown. Mr. Brown, come on up, please. Willow Dupelchain and Sarah Kostic.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Actually, Mr. Snavely, sit tight. I thought Mr. McNally had appeared, but he hadn't. So I'm going to call the next case where we have both parties present, Ido Avery and Jesse Brown. Mr. Brown, come on up, please. And if all three of you would raise your right hands, please. Swear the testimony in this case be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay, please be seated. All right, so I read what the parties have filed, and I will let you know right up front that I can't do anything about the gate. The gate that Mr. Brown seemingly has installed on the easement road is something that if you're going to want to address as a violation of the easement, you're going to have to go to Superior Court and get an order from Superior Court regarding whether Mr. Brown has the authority to restrict access on the easement in that way. And I think that's probably the main issue here. So I want to let the parties know we're not talking about that today. The gate's there. I can't do anything about it. What I can do is regulate the interactions between the parties. And I do note that the Avenerys have expressed concern with Mr. Brown's approaches to them as they try to navigate their way through the gate, both, mostly verbally, and then also indicating their discomfort with the fact that on at least one occasion, Mr. Brown felt compelled to drop his pants and in the teenage vernacular, moon them. So I'll start with the Avenerys, understanding that's really all we're addressing is the nature of the personal relationship. Do you have anything else you want to add that you think I perhaps didn't pick up in your filings or that you haven't said yet?
Yes, it's about Brown's erupts in angry outbursts constantly. And it's his delusional mind concern us greatly and make us fear for our lives. And we share that the concern time to time with the police that James Brown needs professional help. That comes to my mind.
Okay, so in your mind, does Mr. Brown have any reason to say anything to the two of you at all?
Did I understand? No.
Okay, all right. Mr. Brown.
Okay, so did you get the 150 pages worth of documents I sent to you, sir?
I did. Did I read every one of them? No.
It's too much, I know.
Okay, so I've narrowed the issue. We're not talking about the gate.
I know.
Just the relationship between you and in this case, the Avenerys.
Yes, sir, I understand. I also want to put on there that I have a current lawsuit against them. I'm posting it today into court. And one thing I put on my response that was incorrect, my apologies for that, is that I said that in the original report, George Nivak did not pull a gun. I reread that and he did say that he did pull a gun and that was incorrect on there. I just want to correct my my information on that. And also I have their attachment for what their complaints are. And I wanted to go over that minus the gate, obviously, of these points that they said and the counterpoints to them. Is that okay, sir?
How about
Your Honor.
Just that's okay. Just sort of summarize it.
Okay. Everything started when I first moved in. Ido Avery said that he moved the beaver down off the property. And I told him that was illegal. You can't do that. It's a felony. And I'm here because I'm trying to start a nursery. I told him at the very beginning.
You remember, I've read what's in your.
Yes,
what's
yes,
in
sir. I've been on medication for the past 2 years, as well too, for serotonin, imbalance as well. I've been perfectly balanced mentally since then, and I have not done any of that. I have not lived in that house that they said for the past 2 years. I have 2 RVs on the property, both fully functional, and they're being used for an agricultural building involving house plants, snake plants, vine plants, and also seed propagation, because I am working for a nonprofit person named Brian Colbull I've known since Media Island when I was a teenager. And he's been seed restoration for over 10 years. Basically, that building that, because the thing I lived in, it's an agriculture building. There's also statements in here saying that I was banned from Tenana Market. I went to the Tenana Market that day of. I got this. I
Remember, I read.
Yes,
I
sorry,
read that.
But many of the things I've never screamed at him. What I said is, I have police reports. Here they are, and I even left police reports on his gate in between the things so he read them all. I've left him everything so he knows what's going on. You know, I have absolutely no interest at all doing anything criminal against these people. It terrifies me. My dad was in prison my whole life. I don't want that for my kid or my one-two at all. I want to start a lawsuit against these people. I'm starting a lawsuit against my neighbor, Lewis Willman, as you see in the documents. That's been filed on Friday. I don't know if you saw that. And I'm trying to go after these people for damages and harassment. Did you see that one paper that they put in my mailbox so the mail with this pants pulled down? That paper as well. There's been numerous other papers, and the wording of that paper is very similar to the one that says "Protect Your Children" that has been circulated throughout town immensely. I've been random phone calls throughout the years regarding these, and it's made it so I was unable to obtain any kind of fulfilling jobs in my area because so I've been reduced to odd jobs because I just don't want to it's a panic attack with all the stuff that's going on. As you saw, the plethora of police reports that I have posted pertaining to my mailbox and things, and reports that have been proven false that has been done by neighbors, as it says. And I only have a problem with 2 neighbors, and that is one, Lewis Woolman and Ido Avery, who know each other and also know Diana Kremen. That has been proven on a paperwork Lewis Williams sent to the courts on August 29th, 2022, proving that they did know Lewis Willman and Diana Kremen, the person who is responsible for the theft of my dogs, or I should say she is in the prosecutor's office for first-degree theft of my animals, who when I first talked to him, asked him, they said, I don't know these people.
Remember, I've read that in this.
I'm sorry, I forgot everything I put on there exactly. And the gate was, there's a 30-foot fence on both sides of the entrance to my property. It's not just one blocks things so they cannot go in. There's a 30-foot on both sides. On the other side, I have a small playground and a garden. It's completely inaccessible for its private property. Let's see. Sorry, just 1 second. I did moon them. Yes, I was on my property. I was off on the side because for years, I did not submit a police report and I did not get here in time to do so. Am I able to read that police report to you, sir?
You don't need to, just tell me.
Let me make sure I get the date. 8/15/2020. Ido Avery and Joan Avery stopped in front of my property with the vehicle. The woman I was with at the time was inside the house, undressed, and he kept on calling in and trying to talk to her. She came because of the Beaver thing, we've never got along and we've just tried to not talk to him, but she had to call the police and the police said he cannot stop them from using the easement, but he cannot stop and yell at us through the easement. There's also a report done actually today, 4 years ago, May 13th, maybe it's the 14th to county, saying that my daughter, River Rose Spires, I'm not sure if this is on the thing, was pooping by the side of the creek. My creek is very, very private spot that's way off the road. You would have to look really hard to see her down there. She was swimming naked on there. I got this report a few weeks ago, and I did say, yes, I feel like he is pedophile because of that sort. I did not yell this to him. I just said my feelings on that matter because he was watching my, at that time, 5-year-old girls swim naked in my private creek, and then did a report to county saying that I put an outhouse in the creek and that she was pooping in the creek, and things like that.
I read that in the.
Yes, I said, well, not exactly sure. I couldn't find that. I think I only did one copy for that. So 2 times, my wife said, that is not a good idea. And I agreed because I'm just terrified of getting arrested or anything illegal happening to me. And the reason I talk loud about that gate, because I don't want to get near them. I've had a bullet left in my mailbox. It's up in Lewis Wellman with the gunman. Every time I go there, I really do feel like my life is under threat. My heart races, my hands start to sweat. I just feel like something's about to happen every single time. So 2 times after I got that, I said that, and that was around the same time that my cats went missing. One night, I went to the far end of my property. I was looking for my cat. It has been gone for 2 weeks by that time. And I saw him outside, and I yelled, "Have you seen my cat?" I think his reply was "F you" to me. The next morning, my other cat, black cat, went missing. I didn't want this cat to just, no, I wasn't trying to get cats. My kid's mom said, I found these 2 cats on the side of the road. They were tiny little kittens that could hardly walk. So I said, okay, I'll take them home. You know, my dogs and my cats got along. It was so cute. And there were indoor, outdoor cats that stayed right next to the building, the agricultural building. They had their own cat house. I had a big pillow in there. It was covered so it couldn't get wet. Perfectly nice. They can come indoor and outdoor when it's cold. That day, that next morning, Ido is driving really fast down the easement. His back trunk is open and he seems kind of disarrayed. And he gets out, he goes on the other side of the thing, he shuts his trunk and he takes off really fast. And that's the last time I've ever seen my cat. So
Okay, folks, let's stay muted, please. Okay. And because there's association with him, Dinah Crimmon, and Lewis Women, Dinah Crimmon was involved with the theft of my animals, and the fact that my animal Jinx went missing on September 5th. The thing is, Jinx, yes, she was a young dog, and she went to a couple houses. She was a half newbie. She was very friendly. She just wanted the attention while I was gone. If I was gone for a little bit too long, she'd go to neighbors. She never just left and then went up the road or anything like that. She didn't. And the kind of season it was in, it was not coyote season, and she was microchipped as well. Considering that I had past dog theft on my property with people that Ido and Joan both know and is in communication with, I do feel that is good reasonable cause that they are associated in some form with that, considering the past actions that has been done to my property and to me, and considering the plethora of letters that have been sent to the community, to my family. I haven't been able to talk to my family because everybody I talk to wants me to sell my property and to leave. And I love it there. I have an open pasture. I want to make a nursery there. I want to make a life for my family. I am in contact with TSE. I have talked to them about installing an electrical box over there. I am talking with environmental services about getting a septic system in there. I'm talking to Advanced Septic to get my septic system put in. I'm talking to the building department as well too. I'm finishing up my master plan where the wetlands are. I've been doing everything I need to do legally. I have no interest at all in doing anything against the law. Okay, so let me ask you some questions.
Yes, sir.
So when the Avenerys come in and out the easement, is there any reason that you have to approach their cars or any reason you have to say anything to them at all?
Not anymore. No, no, I won't say a single word to them again. I let them know about the court cases. I let them know.
Yeah, you can't serve them the court cases that, you know.
Oh, I know. I
if you're
gotta
gonna-
give it to the court and then it's mailed to them.
Okay.
I already have one with Lewis Willem done.
Okay, all right. So you don't see any reason you have to speak to the Avenerys?
I will never speak to him again, Your Honor.
Okay.
I have no interest in that.
You won't moon anybody?
No, Your Honor. And I just want to put on there, I have a police report with that.
Okay, yeah,
Yes, sir. I will
just
not
going
moon.
forward, that
Yes,
your
sir.
clothes will stay on when you're dealing with, you know, folks on the easement.
Yes, sir. I have one question. I am worried that me and my wife like to sunbathe nowhere near the easement at all. Is that still allowed?
Yeah, it's your property, you do what you want, but this seemed directed. Mooning means you're directed at that's directed at somebody else.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
And
so
yes, it was
that
because
won't happen again.
Yes, John, I won't do that again. I was just trying to get them to call the police so the police could tell them you can't film off the property while I'm on my own. I should have done that better, but I can't talk to these people. There's a huge language barrier between me and Ido. I don't know what he's saying half the time. And I don't think so. I don't insult accents at all. I think accents are wonderful. It's just hard for me to understand.
Okay,
you know.
Right. So I just want to make clear you understand that dropping your pants and mooning somebody is not an appropriate thing to do.
Yeah.
And you don't see any need that you have to converse with the Avenerys when they go up and down the easement.
I won't say anything to them at all. And if they want to just leave the gate open when they go, I mean, that's okay. If I'm home, so I can just shut it. If they see that I'm home and they just want to drive by, fine. I mean, it's like you have my permission to leave the gate open when you drive through without shutting it behind you, if that makes you feel better, okay?
All right.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr. Brown. Avenerys, have anything else you want to add?
Well, many of the things that he was saying was actually a fabricating story. And Jesse Brown already threatened us in the past to shoot us. And recently he threatened us that we will cut our electricity cable because you know what it is. And about this incident 2020 is actually incorrect because Jesse and his ex were having interaction on the easement, and my wife was walking on our easement and by the gate, our gate, and Jesse just jumped up and started shouting and screaming at my wife. And I went and approached Brown and asked him to stop and harassing us while we are on our property. And I told him I'm going to call the police, and he said no, he's going to call the police and report that. And so he called the police. So, and the police talked to them, and then they came to us, and he talked to the ex. So the story about us parking the car is incorrect. It's absolutely incorrect. So, and then they came to us and we told our story, and yeah, and that's it.
All right, thank you. Yeah, good. Yeah, Mr. Brown, you had one other thing?
Yes, sir. So I just want to put on, I'm not sure if I put on the thing, but he said that I was banned from the 10-hour market. That same day I talked to the manager wasn't there, so I talked to the assistant manager and there was a police that was there as well, where I spoke to them with the police, and I talked to 4 people who were check out there. I go to that market all the time. I just want to say that comment that they said was completely false.
Right.
I'm not trying. I'm sorry. That was bad wordage.
No. You had That was all in the material you submitted.
And also, I know you can't look at it because I didn't follow this one with the other police reports, but that case I was speaking of is right here, and it does comment the neighbors parking in front yelling at me. I was not there when they got there. It was my wife who was home alone, and I came, not my wife, excuse me, the lady I was dating at the time.
Okay.
She was home alone, and when he approached, and then I came home, you know, after the fact and learned everything happened, everything. But she was there by herself when that happened. And also with the PSE, I have emails verifying that I am communicating with PSE about the electrical easement going through the property. I have no interest in killing myself at all by touching electricity in the line. I'm not stupid.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm not. I don't do that.
Okay. All right. All right.
Sorry.
Last thing.
I'm really sorry. And when the gate, I was in there when we both came in the gate at the same time, how the police officer did say that Ido was changing his story. I have a police report in there that that police says that when he said that he can request a video from Jesse, Ido started to act strangely and said never mind and dismissed it. And that was recorded on that time because I wasn't, me and him just got to the gate at the same time. I was just running in to grab something fast and going, and he was grabbing a package at the same time. And I asked him, did you steal my cat? Were you involved with it? And he said, F you to me. And he got in his car and he drove backwards less and said, I wasn't doing it you. He said,
I know.
He started to flip me off. And then like, what the hell? And I'm still walking to the house to get the thing. And he's just driving off back faster, and the police came later on and they confirmed this. And also the report that was done by George Nivak with them, he's saying that when I pushed him, it hurt his back. But in a previous report, he says that he had a bad back. And also I showed that nudge to the police officer. And in that report, it says they're very clear. I'm not sure if that one was in there, if you read it, that I was not interested in charging George Nivak with the crime because he was
did see that.
And everything.
Yeah, I saw all that.
So I'm not trying to do anything to hurt anybody or do anything. I'm just trying to make it so I have a peaceful life and I can just be left alone.
Okay.
And I just, as you see, the plethora of documents. Sorry, sir. And that's it.
That's
I'll
okay.
stop.
All right. As I indicated, I had read the material the parties had filed, and they are community neighbors, and there's an issue with the gate, which I indicated to both parties, the gate across the easement, that this court does not have jurisdiction to make a determination on. So I can't address the issue of the gate. I can't address the nature of the contact between the parties. And in this case, I am going to enter an order directing Mr. Brown to have no contact verbally with the Avenerys. You're not to moon them. You're to have no contact with them. So if you are going to file a lawsuit against them, you have to have them served by somebody else, not you. And you can deal with them in court, but outside of that, you shouldn't say anything at all to the Avenerys. And the Avenerys, understanding that, you shouldn't say anything to Mr. Brown. But the order here is to Mr. Brown not to say anything at all to the Avenerys, and you're not to go onto their property at all.
Absolutely.
And this order will be in effect for 1 year from today's date. And if the Avenerys wish it to be renewed, you'll have to come back to court and seek it to be renewed at that time. Mr. Brown is present in court, so we'll make a copy of the order for him now. And for the Avenerys, if you wish to get a copy of the order, it's available in your district court file. You can contact the court and get a copy of that.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, folks. And Mr. Brown, just sit tight. We'll get you a copy of that.
Yes, sir. Can I ask one question? Is it just a verbal, or if I go to the store and he's at the store, do I have to run away?
No, you don't have to leave. You just cannot have contact.
Yeah,
You
that's
can't
fine.
say anything, can't flip them off, can't do anything. No mooning, nothing.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sorry. And am I able to still put a restraining, file a restraining order against these two individuals, or is that I'm unable to because of this? 'Cause I would like to have something so they can.
Well,
continue to film me on my
we-
property.
we've just talked about it with the Avies, and I've indicated to them that they shouldn't have contact with you, and if you think that they violate that going forward, and then you can always file a request. There's nothing that prohibits you from doing that.
Yes, sir.
But for
And
now, I'm satisfied that there's not a basis for me to enter the order as of today. But if something going forward happens, you can bring that to the attention of the court.
thank you very much. I appreciate
Okay.
that. I won't talk to them.
All right.